with Phil stumping drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill, he promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as chat's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports is also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board, we charge the ward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why is she but also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fans chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Clawless Cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Three streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jet here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Tuesday, 29th of April 2025, the penultimate day of the month, the penultimate bingo of the month. We are almost at the end of the month of April, of course, and what a robust month of bingo it has been. We've seen many bingo victories, we've seen many raging moments from Phil Burnell, we've seen controversial switcheroos of switches and all that shit, and we've seen accusations of bizarre social engineering, as well. It's been a hectic fucking month, but it's almost drawn to our close, so yeah. And the only thing that's missing, of course, for DSP Bingo is DSP. The son of a bitch is nowhere to be seen. He's no in his kick chat, he's no in his YouTube chat, he's nowhere to be fucking found. Like, if I go to fucking search for him, like, is it a tweet? Is he gonna be running late? No, he's not even fucking tweet. I don't even know where the fuck he's going. So I've got no fucking clue what's going on with Phil Burnell, but all I fucking know is there's no sign of him in his own fucking stream right now, so there we go. I mean, I guess while we wait for the bad man to eventually wake the fuck up and do his goddamn fucking job, I guess we can cover some territory from yesterday and all that jazz. But before anything else, thank you very much to Sonny for gifting 10 members to the channel. This happened before the stream went live, so there's no notification, there's no pop-up for it because the stream wasn't live yet, but he gifted 10 members were gifted, and those memberships went to Sclerotic, Wombleman, Top6, Bankleaks, Mark Twain, Samman96, Alksmere23, Ray Snack, The Baltic Bro, and Deadhead Comics. So congratulations to those 10 for getting a membership from Sonny. Sonny with the early member bomb, giving us 2 free spaces on the bingo board immediately today before we even got going. So we're starting the bingo stream with 2 free spaces, courtesy of Sonny gifting those 10 members. So yeah, make sure if you just got a membership there, make sure you thank Sonny, and of course thank you Sonny for your continued support as always. And of course Sonny's bragging because he's going to fucking see Thunderbolts tonight. I'm not going to lie, like I'm not exactly out of touch when it comes to like Marvel, but when I saw an advertisement for Thunderbolts, I kind of got confused for it for a second with that other show that if I remember, there used to be some sort of fucking like kids show in like the fucking 70s about like wee small fucking like ships. I think it was called Thundercats or something. I don't know what the fuck it was called. It wasn't called Thunderbolts anyway, but I seen the advertisement for it. I think I confused it for Thundercats. Actually, what was it called? Was it fucking or Thunderbird? Thunder fucking birds. That's what it was. Thundercats. I didn't even think. No, Thundercats is not even a goddamn thing. I think I gotta know. Thunderbirds is what I was thinking. Thunderbirds. Yeah, fucking Thunderbirds. Jesus, man, I love that shit. Yeah, it's a fucking what Thunderbirds. Yeah, so I seen Thunderbolts being advertised, and I generally confused it for Thunderbirds at first because I thought, oh shit, they're making Thunderbirds a fucking movie. This is an old fucking thing. It was filmed between 1964 and 1966 using a form of electronic marionette puppetry called super marination. This is, oh my god, man, like Jesus, it is old as fuck. It was before my time. In fact, I'm willing to argue it was before everyone's time here. There are some old bastards in my stream chat as well but I've got a feeling that Thunderbirds predates everyone comfortably. You know? Yeah, Thunderbirds is essentially very, very old to America. That's a good way to fucking put it, actually. Yeah, it's a very good fucking way to put it. Jesus, man. It was a bizarre wee fucking show. It was set in the future, you know. This was made in the 1960s and they've set it in the 2060s. Thunderbirds are go, you know, that kind of fucking shit, man. Jeez, I might try and find it on YouTube, who knows. Is Phil awake yet? No, sorry, no. But right, guys, in 20 minutes time, 15-20 minutes time, Broside Phil is planning to go live with his own stream. He's going to cover some old territory though. He's not going to cover any of the new stuff. I don't think he's going to cover everything today. He's planning an old stream. He's going to cover the Disco Wage Quit, the Java Whale.
Oh my dog, what's up?
And the Closet Cleanouts. In case you wonder what Java Whale means, Phil moved over from playing Bedrock edition of Minecraft to the Java edition of Minecraft because somebody gave him $300 to do it. So somebody literally gave Phil $300 just to fucking change editions of Minecraft. There you go. Thank you, Carl Denson, for the super chat, who says FF First Steps is 10 times better than Thunderbolts. Come at me, sonny. There you go. Cal Denson challenging words towards Sunny. I mean, don't ruin fucking don't ruin the movie experience of Sunny before he's even gone to fucking see it. Just saying, the movie you're going to see is pish. Yeah, but Sticky Man says that's what Team America was inspired by. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can understand that actually. When you say that, I can understand that. To be fair, I can understand the comparisons. I will, for the hell of it, I will fucking show you guys a bit of fucking Thunderbird stuff. You know what I mean? Might try and find the intro for you. But before I do that, of course, if you'd rather, you know, if Phil today gets too obnoxious for you and too annoying and too abrasive, then the link to Broside Phil's stream covering some of the older stuff is in the chat if you guys want to check out. I mean, also, I'll recommend anyway, popping by, saying hi to Broside Phil anyway. It's good quality content, you know what I mean? And of course, the bro's still going. When we finish bingo, I will redirect towards him as well, because why the hell not? He's a big beefy bastard, and if I don't do it, he'll bash my fucking head in. But aye, Broside Phil will be going live in like 15 minutes time, 10-15 minutes time myself. I mean, we may have no choice but to just all join Broside Phil's stream, because Phil Burnell is still nowhere to be seen. Where is the evil bastard? Where is he? I don't know where the bad man is. There's no sign of him still in his chat. Oh, I want to refresh your kick chat and see if he's banned there when I found it lately, but I don't think he has. No, it's still the most recent bans or like hours and hours ago. That's totally bizarre, but yeah. There you fucking go. Anyway, screw it, Thunder. So Sonny's going to watch Thunderbolts tonight. I confused it for Thunderbirds. Jesus, man. Thunderbirds are go. Is this like the fucking old intro? What the fuck? Busted. The band Busted made a fucking song about Thunderbirds are go. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking creepy bastards. A full episode. Classic. Okay, here we go. Classic opening credits. Fuck it. You guys fucking ready for the classic opening credits here? So, this is what I confused the hype new movie for. The hype new Marvel movie, fucking Thunderbolts. And I thought to myself, oh really, they're fucking making a movie about Thunderbirds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
I mean, at that point, fucking, how cool was that intro? You fucking knew you were fucking watching when you heard the fucking countdown. And you can understand straight off the fucking bat why, you can understand why this was an actual inspiration for Team America. So yeah, just to clarify, that is, so that's what Thunderbirds is, not Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is a different thing altogether, not Thunderbirds, you know. And Tackles I was saying that Thunderbirds did come back for a CGI series in 2015. Of course it fucking did, because everything has to be CGI these days. Hell, I was fucking crushed when I fucking saw Thomas the fucking tank engine was suddenly CGI. Well, I was like, I just fucking ruined Thomas the Tank Engine meat for, you know, nah, Thomas the Tank Engine should never have fucking went close to being CGI'd. That shit just got... He just ruined Thomas the Tank Engine doing that shit. Well, Phil Burnell's awake. Fucking array. Good morning all, says Phil as he's 3 minutes late to start his own fucking stream. Phil Burnell is awake. Fucking yeah. Anyway, we'll wait for Phil to just, you know, wake up and let his coffee kick and whatever. Let's cover a couple of things. Okay, first of all, here's some tweets to go over from the other day. Mia Block, just basically just fucking, you know, pretending to be Phil here. Hey Jade, I know your special needs. That's why I talk to you like you're 5. That's why I carrot dangle playing games you like. It's why I manipulate you. Now let me tell you, special person, that I miss you so you feel close to me in this parasocial relationship. Pretty much, yeah. I feel like Phil's identified some people in his audience who are that bold, you know?
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Steve from Latvia for Super Chat, who says, I only know who Thunderbirds is thanks to parody did in Top Gear. I mean, yeah, Top Gear do enjoy good parody, to be fair, you know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, you are not old. At least not as old as that, you know? Like, that's, I mean, obviously, growing up as a kid, it wasn't unusual to see TV shows from, like, the 60s and 70s appear on, like, you know, it's like kids shows essentially, you know what I mean? But they would fucking play them even in the fucking early 90s, mid 90s or whatever, you know what I mean? They would fucking still play these things on BBC and ITV as well for fucking kids to watch, you know? It wasn't unusual to fucking see random fucking old episodes of like the Smurfs and fucking Top Cat and all that shit, you know? On the BBC or whatever, in the fucking for breakfast in the fucking morning or whatever. It wasn't unusual to see and things as well, like fucking, you know, Mr. fucking Ben or whatever, you know what I mean? And Jesus, and fucking the Thunderbirds as well. So it was just a thing. Growing up in the fucking 90s, whatever, you know what I mean? The BBC and ITV weren't shy about recycling old content just for the sake of keeping kiddies entertained, you know. Fuck man, there's obviously tons more fucking old cartoons, but those are the two that sprang to my fucking mind anyway. So yeah, Meow Block, epitomising Phil's. I still have something. Phil clearly, he calls out people for this all the time. Oh, for fuck's sake! Shit.
Stairs tipped £1. Squeak, 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 squeak. I think I can.
What are you, some sort of fucking Dalek, you know, thinking that? I mean, like, no. What's more likely to get up a stair, a Jade or a fucking Dalek? I don't know. Well, at least Daleks can now levitate. That's something. Like, poor Jade. Oh god, leave Jade alone. He's all right. But yeah, but I swear, Phil makes a fucking beeline to fucking. Who else is Gamerface or some? Who is some? It's a couple. It's Jade. Who's all the ones that he kind of calls out specifically? Isn't there somebody called like I think King Michael is one as well. Somebody calls himself King Michael in Phil's chat, whatever, and Phil's always kind of making sure he fucking says hi to them. There's also Slayer's one, but Slayer was over Game Boy. That's what it was. Game Boy's everyone. So Game Boy is somebody. So I was thinking more along the lines that the guys that aren't whales but still get called by Phil on a regular basis. You could argue Jade's a whale because he gives Phil $20 fucking in membership money every fucking month. You know what I mean? As an ultra fucking member. But other than that, though, Jade doesn't really contribute in any other way. You know, that's a recurring fucking thing that doesn't take much effort. You know what I'm saying? That his fucking mum probably set up for him. But yeah, I was like, Game Boy though, I don't think they contribute much either usually, you know what I mean? So I was just kind of thinking, who does Phil fucking specifically call out on a regular basis to make sure they're said hello to? And like, why? You know what I mean? Is it to try and just, no. I guess they give their own weight to Phil to make, you know, to keep Phil happy or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, Phil was given a $300 anonymous tip at the start of the stream from last night. Phil continued to beg hard for the next 2 hours, and then he had a quick speedy log off. And then during the daily crap, he begs for $1,500 in the next 2 days. You don't believe me? You'll see it soon.
Weekend.
In fact, you'll see it right fucking here actually. I think that being said, clipped it. Phil's asking for 10 goals to hit the next 2 days, or as he puts it, the marathon event could be very well for this weekend. Remember, after tomorrow's stream, Phil isn't back until Saturday.
This marathon event would be very well for this weekend. Like if we did it on like Saturday or Sunday of this weekend, it would work out really well because a lot of people would show up for a weekend marathon, and it would basically be exactly 1 month after my birthday marathon had taken place.
Who fucking cares?
That means we need to hit 10 more goals. We still have 2 whole days of streaming. We have Tuesday and Wednesday. This marathon.
I cannot believe he's fucking sitting there with a straight fucking face trying to fucking ask his audience for $750 per fucking day yesterday. How he's asking for more, like, so he wants $1,500 in 2 fucking days. That's more than I get in a fucking month in YouTube by miles. Oh, $750 per fucking day is wanted. If you even want to just break it in fucking half and just say per 1 day, $750. That's a good month for me on YouTube. And he wants it in a day. He wants what's a good month for me on YouTube in a single day from his audience, just to get closer to the goals. What the hell, man? It's unbelievable. Oh yeah, guys, please pay me thousands of dollars to retire my clothing, but don't worry, they won't actually be retired. I'll charge you for them again in the future. And then that was an original clip from Poland's past. So yeah, hold on. This was the original clip.
Now, for every milestone of support that I get that day,
yes,
I put on something of your choice.
Yeah, remember this.
So for example, let's say we hit $50 of support. I would do a poll saying, what hat would you like me to wear? The Bender hat, the Luffy straw hat, or the red fedora? And you'll vote, and whatever wins the poll, I put that hat on.
And blah blah blah. We covered it yesterday. Basically, he's going to fucking, you know, for every $50 hit, it's like, oh, I'm going to put this on, then put that on, and then put this in a box to semi-retire it, but it's not fucking retired. So that clip from, you know that thing there. So Next Gen Guy responded to that clip with his own clip here, saying that didn't last long. This was on the 28th of January of this year.
Do I miss wearing hats and vests? Well, let's see. Instead of wearing hats and vests, I get to wear comfy, nice-looking clothes instead. Right? No, I don't think I miss the hats and vests, to be honest. I think I enjoy my new wardrobe now.
That's a good fucking point. So Phil has been dismissive of the hats and vests. Phil has been critical of the hats and vests. Phil has outright just fucking said the hats and vests were stupid as fuck. I know he fucking done them for money. And of course, lo and behold, his audience are willing to potentially give him money to do it again, and so all of a sudden Phil seems to fucking pretend to enjoy doing the hats and vests. We need to give it a proper send-off. Fuck off. So, and also, I've not seen this clip. This clip is apparently peak DSP. The level of entitlement and his demands for money is unbelievable. I've not seen this clip. It's only 24 seconds long. How bad could it fucking be?
How much money to stop talking about money, says Chowder? Get me to 450. Get me to 450 tonight.
Fucking hell.
And we'll be at 41 goals. And I'll be supremely happy, and I won't mention it again for the rest of the night. I'm serious, too.
Fucking hell.
If we get 450, I will not mention money again tonight.
Holy
Unless there's a contribution, I'll shout it out, but I will not say a word about hitting goals.
Holy fuck. It kind of makes you wonder. No, remember that one stream he did, that one day. We had one whole singular day when Phil chose not to fucking beg. One time ever at all that day. And it was the most fucking wonderful day in the world to actually endure Phil's content, because it actually fucking showed. I mean, we believed for a brief fucking moment in fucking time that Phil Burnell was capable of improving himself as a content creator. Lo and behold, it's some sort of bizarre fucking experiment which happened a day after a big, massive, well-supported marathon where Phil was trying to fucking justify why he has to fucking beg. Oh look guys, if I don't beg, I don't get as much money. Phil made $150 that day without her asking for a single penny, and he says it's not enough. Phil Burnell says he needs $150 per stream. Not per day, per stream. Phil Burnell's lifestyle cannot be managed without him getting $300 per day. Apparently his life is unlivable if he does not get $300 per day. That is what he told his audience yesterday or the day before. That he really needs that $150 per stream. It's unbelievable. Also, so going to the past now. So yeah, I mean, some people, it still surprises some people, you know what I mean? Because Blind Polecat, you know, responded to a sphere. So there's a joke Phil made many years ago. This was on his website or the old Shukin forums. Anyway, he was trying to get people to come to Bridgeport instead of New York City, to the mall he used to frequent all the time. He said when we're waiting to play we can walk around and hitting 14-year-old girls. Bill was 23, 24 years old at that time when he said this. And Blind Polecat, of course, had those tweets the other day showing off the Walmart conversations. They didn't believe this was true. But it is true, and Steve helped Blind Polecat understand this. Because WPIG and their trip down memory lane coverage, you know, and here's a clip here of I think it's LT and I think it's Steve with him, of course, going through it.
When that gets boring and we're bored of being
I'm
mall
your
rats
cat.
chasing 14-year-old chicks, okay. Okay.
Whoa!
Okay. When that gets boring and we're bored of being mall rats chasing after 14-year-old chicks. So after we get bored of doing that.
Oh, they're children, you fucking idiot.
Dude, they're chicks. Remember? Age check. 21. Age check. DSP is 21 years old at this point. 21 years old.
Derek at this point.
Not born.
He was chasing 14-year-olds, bruh. Hell.
This is not a 17-year-old Phil being a douchebag, you know, chasing 14-year-old chicks. This is not a 15-year-old Phil, that would be totally fine. This is a 21-year-old gentleman.
No wonder they didn't fucking report Mr. Wizard for what he was fucking doing. If you know, you know, but Phil fucking claims that everyone in the fucking FGC knew what Mr. Wizard was fucking doing, but didn't want to fucking report him in case he got fucking punished, whatever. Fucking no wonder Phil kept his fucking mouth quiet. Because they probably you know, if you know, you know.
That is going down to the FUIE. To own some fucking.
He's saying
one of the things
like
we'll be
we're
doing,
the
yeah.
cool kids chasing around 14-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah. He's implying that, like, when we're bored of doing that, let's move on to another arcade. You know, that's...
Once we get bored of this, once we're done this activity so much that we're bored of it, let's move.
Anyway, yeah, good stuff indeed. What's this here? Steve was trying to find something and found it. What are you trying to find, Stevie boy? Oh, it's more of his classic. So actually, it's the same fucking thing actually we're looking at there, you know, but it's just expanded. Remember his reaction to the Incel Manifesto being brought up? I wonder how he'd react if he reminded him of this post he made on his own website. I didn't know he had Incel shit brought back to him. Was there a clip? I'm sure it was around at the time. Yeah, there was something. Oh, fuck. Say his name until he appears.
Ghost of Derridge tipped £1. 14. You say.
Don't even fucking know. No. Actually, I'd be willing to fucking bet 14's too old for fucking Derek. Oh, balls. Oh my.
DSP going live tipped £1. Will stall while you set up bingo.
Oh, fuck. I'm going for a drink. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
See Megan 2.0 in cinemas June 27th.
Nice plug. Thank you very much for letting me know that Phil was going live. Excellent stuff indeed. I've got them on pause, you know what I mean? So there we go. Let's just make sure we're on pause, but make sure we're definitely on 1080p. Make sure we're on 1.5 speed. Good stuff indeed. As a lot of the tweets, so you know what I mean? Also, the rest of the tweets is just going through. I mean, fuck it. This is a minute long. This is funny. This is a Kino clip, but it's about Phil responding to the Incel Manifesto thing.
Let me ask you this, Phil. Do you think you have a problem with women?
No, not at all. I have no
Now,
problems with women, actually.
Ever?
I mean, women who have done things, you know, bad things to me personally, but not in general, no.
I mean, I have this post that you wrote back in 2003.
Oh, this is the beginning of the end. Was this the last time that Troll P was doing Smart Guys? That's actually maybe the last time that that the smart guys happen between these two. The incel manifesto across the line. It's okay for Triple P to call Phil's wife a big fat fucking bitch, you know what I mean? But Triple P bringing up the incel manifesto too fucking far.
Oh, this is great.
You know, and people
Yes.
say this is your incel manifesto.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Yes. Yes.
You say, shit, every woman I've ever known was either extremely selfish and self-centered, too busy feeling sorry for herself to do anything else, too annoying and or geeky to stand for more than 30 minutes, too stupid to listen to advice they ask for, doing stupid things and then complaining to you because they went totally against what you told them. 5, a total slut. Now, Phil, that 5th bullet point, a total slut, that's the same language you used in 2025 as in 2003.
That's right.
So, have you changed from this, you know, essay of this diatribe against women, or do you have a problem with women, or what?
Well, first of all, I've talked about this. My past, I was an internet troll. I was purposefully making content that would incense people on the internet for attention. I was kind of a loser and was looking for attention on the internet. because my real life was pretty boring. I did the same thing in the Street Fighter community. You can find all kinds of crazy posts I made back then that were very trollish, very stupid stuff. And I've since then, you know, especially with these documentaries that have come out.
But you still call women sluts.
Well,
and you still erase their sexual identity and take away their individuality from them.
Well,
like
because
they're an
that's
object.
because that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it.
Jesus Christ, man. God, yeah. Basically, the last two smart guys with Astronaut was quite the experience for Phil. Let's just to put it mildly. But yeah, there we go. So Phil Burnell was awake. It means we can refresh the kick chat log, the kick ban log from Phil's stream. He's not banned anyone yet on Kick today. Wow, Phil doesn't give a shit about Kick, I guess. Phil has not banned a single person yet on Kick. That is absolutely astonishing to me. Oh well. I think I was going to watch Dick Stroke and Phil Vlog's video about the Switch 2 stuff. But, I mean, we've already got some speed up just built up here, you know. You know, screw it. By the time we start bingo, you know what I mean? I think we're okay. I was going to watch this, but nah. We'll just get on a bingo, shall we, guys? And to play a bingo, we need a bingo number. Oh, I forgot to include the chat. My bad. I forgot to include the chat. Well, I'm doing this. Guys, we need a bingo number for the bingo board. The second number in chat I see will be the one I use for today's bingo card. So hold on. That's that. And I should have chat shown below the bingo card. There we go. Right, so the second number in chat would be the one I use for today's bingo card. The first number was the Baron. The Baron said 420. And Raiden Lemur was second, who said 7. So there we go. 7 was second. To not try and confuse anyone, but yeah, 7 was second. 7 in the chat there, so 7 in the box, hit enter, there we go, that's today's bingo card we have for today's bingo. Oh, sorry, but I'll add this before I forget as well. I forgot to do this, so let me update the bingo prize fund, because it needs to actually be something different here. It needs to be that, and then, hold on, and then actually it needs to have that. There we go. So there we go. So I just had to update the bingo prize fund because it is the updated analytics, not a shit, plus a tips from earlier on. So yeah, this is today's bingo card we have for today's stream. We need Phil to say and do the following. We need Phil to say nervous, nobody or no one. Admittedly, here's a thing or here's a deal, and honest. The second row is Phil saying reality, support, okay, absolutely, and him discussing drama in some capacity. The third row is Phil saying actually, friend, marathon, Twitter or X, either him saying these things or being on them, and him discussing the weather in some capacity. The fourth row is Phil saying content, would argue, positive, behind the scenes, and him giving the good old prayer hands to the camera. The fifth and final row is Phil saying engagement, him having some scat talk, him saying in fact, good news, and finally, hilarious. So that is today's bingo card we have for today's show. Good stuff indeed. Now, we already have 2 free spaces on the board immediately, thanks to Sonny's kindness in gifting 10 members right before the stream began. So we have 2 free spaces right from the get-go. There's a variety of ways we can get free spaces to help us on our way to getting a full house today. And to do that, we need Phil to say and do the following, of course. If Phil burps 10 times, if he burps, sips or snorts 10 times before he starts recording fresh out of gameplay, that gives us all a free space. For every 6 minutes and 40 seconds that Phil begs, that also gives us a free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members we have to the bingo stream, that too gives us a free space. And finally, in my opinion, the best way for us to get free spaces on this bingo board today, if we get 50 likes on the stream, we get a free space. If we get 75 likes on the stream, we get 2 free spaces. And if we get 100 likes on a bingo stream before I finish playing bingo, not only do we get 3 free spaces, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pigs animations to celebrate the 100 likes. So you guys are in full direct control of some ways we can get free spaces on the bingo board. The rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like the little bitch that he fucking is. So good stuff there. And I think I'll say there's more, of course, to go. There's more to talk about, and but I'm going to let Phil Burnell, the expert, talk to you about that.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy. Any mouth drooling idiot can do it.
Thank you very much, Phil, for explaining that for us, Yadic. So yeah, as Phil says though, you know, at the end of the month we're going to have a marble race to determine who wins half of that bingo prize fund. If you want a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund, you have to make sure that you have your comment in that community post. Do it before the end of the month, so you got a chance. You've got to be in it to win it, as the old saying goes. It costs you nothing. You could end up being you could end up winning half of that bingo prize fund. So why the hell not? Good stuff indeed. Cam Reduction says crash outs is a daily occurrence. Speaking of which, would a solution be for burps? Phil crashing out. I mean, what do you mean by crashing out? Do you mean Phil just fucking going on a rant? Like, is that what you mean? Just him having a fucking random fucking, like, because obviously he has these kind of wee angry rants anyway on a regular basis. He's quite toxic, either towards detractors or something in his own chat and his own community as well, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I mean, it's something I'm going to try and fine tune it over. It's staying as the format's staying as it is for today and tomorrow, and then since Phil's going to be off for a couple of days anyway, I was thinking I'd try to fine tune some of the stuff for free spaces, like, you know, burps. I'm getting rid of burps, I think, you know what I mean, that's what I'm sure. But I want to try and implement a Jade free space as well, which would have its own little sound effect as well. I have something in mind. It's an interesting suggestion for sure, you know what I mean, but we'll come up with something for sure. But for today anyway, these are the ways we get free spaces for the bingo board, and hopefully we can get a full house today on this penultimate bingo stream. There's only one thing for me to do though, and that's just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
And she's a big fucking bitch.
Of course it fucking says that. I mean, well, I want that to fucking get played, I'll have to press it 20 fucking times at least. But there it is, first time, fantastic stuff, you know, there we fucking go, nailed it. Good luck everybody. Here we fucking bingo.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we got some big updates because after yesterday's podcast, a heck of a lot happened. Not only did we determine what the 50-goal milestone reward marathon will be, we got enough support yesterday that today we're actually doing DSP Tries It, which means we are now in the push towards this marathon. Also, out of nowhere last night, we had a last-minute decision to switch versions of Minecraft, and it seems to have paid big dividends. Plus, some updates regarding Borderlands 4 today, and more. So, sit back and relax, ladies and gents. It's time for another fun episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
It's not fucking fun, it's boring as shit. I've only got 3 things ticked off already because Phil's saying, you know, marathon support actually. So, good stuff indeed. But yeah, basically money talks. Phil was given $600, over $600 yesterday. I'm not entirely sure exactly how much he was given, but he was definitely given, at least, you know, going by Phil's own narrative anyway, in his own word or whatever, he got over 600 buckaroos across both streams, which of course is 4 separate goals.
Good morning. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast for Tuesday, the 29th of April, 2025. That's right. It's almost over. You can believe it. It feels like yesterday, April just began, and it was my birthday marathon celebration. And just like that,
Who fucking
we're about
cares?
to turn the month and head into a exciting month of new games and fun stuff here on the channel. So, today we got some big positive updates that obviously I'm happy to report to you, including having a rallying day yesterday of support because of so much awesomeness. We are now going to be doing DSP Tries It today at a unique restaurant. We're actually going to take a look at the menu together. to see if we can figure out what it is that I want to order today and actually do as a DSP tries it at the end of this very stream, okay? But in addition to that...
Did he say, in fact, hold on. Never mind, it's sort of things.
Big positive updates that obviously I'm happy to report to you, including having a rallying day yesterday of support because of so much awesomeness. We are now going to be doing DSP Tries It today at a unique restaurant. We're actually going to take a look at the
It didn't say, sorry, I thought it said in fact. It didn't say in fact, that's my bad.
End of this very stream, okay? But in addition to that, now we are in full swing towards the build of the marathon at 50 goals hit. Now that we are at 40 out of 50, as you can see right there, we have to set up this next viewer's choice event. If you weren't here yesterday, or if you didn't see the podcast, I don't blame you. I don't know what was up with YouTube yesterday, but for whatever reason, the podcast didn't go live until like 10:30 p.m. Normally the podcast goes live right after my first stream. At the latest, it would be like maybe like 5, 6 p.m. It takes a little bit to like process. YouTube just sat on that podcast and didn't process it for ages and ages and ages, and it was pretty frustrating, to be honest. You know, that was a big one because we were announcing that the voting had taken place during the show. It was the marathon for viewers' choice that will be at 50 milestones hit, 50 goals hit at that 50 milestones, what I should have said. And we need people to nominate games. And by the way, you have in droves, if you're not aware, as of this morning, over 159 different posts and nominations have been made for this upcoming Viewers' Choice event. We'll take a look at some of those together today. I'm actually interested in what you guys are nominating for this event. For those who don't know, the way that the Viewers' Choice events work is pretty simple. You guys nominate and then later on vote on games. Whatever games get nominated the most go into that final poll of like maybe 10 games. Whatever games get voted on the most get played in this marathon that I do that lasts, you know, pretty much all day, and we play each game for around an hour. Based on that hour taste of each game, I determine if that's something that maybe is up my alley or something that you guys like watching me play, so we can figure out is it something that I should do for a full playthrough or not in the future. And this has worked out very well in the past. Many times we've determined that a game that I never heard of or a game that I really didn't have any knowledge of previous because I hadn't played any of them ends up being great, and then I end up doing playthroughs that work out. Sometimes I adopt entire franchises into my rotation as a result of testing out games during these Viewers' Choice marathons. So absolutely, positively, these are awesome. I'm glad that you guys voted this in as what you wanted to do for the marathon. Now, by the way, don't be disparaged, because a lot of people were like, oh man, you know, that's great, but I was really hoping for a retro marathon where you go back to Mega Man, or I was hoping for the Closet Festival event where we're going to do a big hangout session and we're going to see all the hats and vests again, nostalgic vibes, because we haven't seen them in a long time. And some people, you know, have wanted other things. It's all good. This has worked 4 straight months this year so far, where having these milestone tiered rewards and goals, really, it's probably the best idea that we had together. And I say that because it wasn't just my idea. It was an idea that we came up with together talking about it. And I want you to understand what that means to me. That because we have these awesome interactive streams where we hang out and we talk about ideas for improvement, we come up with these great ideas for successful events. I think everything we've done this year, right, has actually worked out really well. And I'm excited for more. So please keep the ideas coming. And I'm sure that we will have more new kinds of marathons and rewards, you know, moving on this year. But for now, I'm really excited for this one. So now here's the deal. All contributions moving forward, all right, are going towards this marathon. When we hit 50 goals hit, we're doing the marathon. We can literally do it as early as you would like. If we hit the goals for this weekend, we'll do it this weekend. Because remember, my schedule is really different this week. I'm here all day today. I'm here all day tomorrow. But I'm not here Thursday, and I'm not here Friday. I come back on Saturday for a super long streaming week. Okay? I'll be here 7 straight days starting Saturday. So, ideally, marathons do better on weekends because usually on a weekend, more people can show up. I would like to do the marathon on a weekend, but I have skepticism that we're going to be hitting, you know, 10 goals by this weekend. You know, even if we hit a goal, all the streams between now and Sunday, that's only 6 goals. So unless, you know, we get a big rallying of support, I don't think we're going to be doing the Viewers' Choice Marathon this weekend. We might have to figure out when's the most appropriate time to do it. Do we hold off to the next weekend to do it? Or do we actually do it in the middle of next week, but then chance that a lot of people can't make it because it's a weekday? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to talk about it, all right, and figure it out. Now, if you haven't noticed, links are appearing in both chats, both in the YouTube side chat and the Kick side chat. If you use the command !Viewers Choice, or if you just wait every 20 minutes or so, a link will pop up. Please use that link to nominate games.
Who fucking cares?
It's very important that you nominate games because we're going to have those tallied up over the next several days, and then probably I'll do a poll maybe like Saturday where you guys will vote on the most nominated game. So how do you nominate a game? You either respond to that thread and post up the name of the game, or if someone has already nominated the game you're interested in, just give it a thumbs up. I hear Jasper's bell jingling, but I don't see him anyway. Oh, there you are.
My biggest fans are idiots.
He was hiding directly in front of me, behind the laptop table. So I'm looking literally in every direction and I can't see him, but I'm hearing the bell jingling, and I look right over and he's peeking.
Who fucking cares?
So yeah, you can either post up in the thread or you can like of nominations someone else has already done, okay? And I'm going to use that to tally up nominations, probably, like I said, on Saturday, and then probably do the poll, and you guys will be able to vote, and the most voted on games will be the ones that we play during the marathon. Typically, I play around 4 games, because that way I can play each one around an hour. That also gives me time to do an opening intro or podcast, gives me time to eat a meal, you know. Also, keep in mind, during my marathons, yes, there's booze. For every $100 that I raise of supporting a marathon, I usually take a shot, and I'll probably have some flavored shots and things. I have to, you know, during my days off, I have to get some stuff. So, yeah, good stuff coming up. I'm excited. So, if you want to see the Viewers' Choice Marathon happen sooner rather than later, all right, please support the streams this week. The sooner the better. You know, if we hit tons of goals in the next few days, we could do it on Sunday. I would say Sunday would be best case scenario, but that's a lot to ask to hit 10 support goals in 3 streaming days. It's probably not going to happen. Then again, when I say that, yesterday we hit 4 support goals, and I certainly didn't see that coming, all right, in any way, shape, or form. So maybe we could. I don't know. Let's find out together. Let's see how the week goes. And thanks in advance to anyone who contributes, you know, between now and when the marathon happens. I'm excited for it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Let's talk about how yesterday went, because yesterday was a really great streaming day for sure. Both games had great progress and fun. The support was outstanding. And we can actually now look at what our reward goal will be for today, and figure out what it is that we want to get. Because they've got some interesting stuff at this restaurant. It's a small menu.
Who
but at the
fucking
same
cares?
time, it's an interesting menu. Like, it's stuff that I'm not sure what to get as I look at it. I'm like, you know, debating this, debating that. Not exactly sure what to go for. So we'll look at that in a minute. Okay, we'll look at that menu in a minute and try to figure out what we want to do. Fair enough?
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Okay. There you go. Cool. But first, let's talk about how yesterday went. All right? In the meantime, if any support comes in, I will shout. I'm not even kidding. I wasn't trying to time that. I was just going to say, if any support comes in, I will shout it out. And as I say that, we got a new sub. Thank you to Jalen, who has subscribed on Kick. Let's get Jalen on the leaderboard here.
Who fucking
That is our first
cares?
contribution of the day. Each Kick sub counts for $5. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so if anything else comes in, I will shout it out. Thanks in advance, everybody. So. Hold on 1 second.
Oh. That was odd. This is, I'll say, this is rough. Yeah. What?
Jasper has once again discovered the end of my light strand on the floor back there, and he likes to boop it because it like bends up a little bit, so he's booping it with his paw. As long as he doesn't chew it, I don't care. It's very expensive.
And it broke your stream. What?
Jump up here. Jump on the chair. Everyone wants to see you. What do you mean I froze? Oh, there was dropped frames. There was a tiny amount of dropped frames on the stream, so I must have momentarily froze and unfroze. Sorry about that. That's my internet connection. Remember the other day my internet crapped out for like 5 minutes and then came back. So, Jasper. Kid. Every time you say his name, his tail goes like this. Woo! If you say Jasper and he recognizes the name, it's just what? Woo! It's funny as heck. Jasper.
Who fucking cares?
All right. Anyway, so yesterday was a great streaming day. Let's talk all about it. First of all, in
This fucking cunt. Jasper, come here so I can fucking show you off on the fucking camera and monetize the fucking crap out of you. Come on, Jasper, come here. Smile for the camera, Jasper. Come on, make daddy some money. Oh, he's not coming. Oh, fuck that little cat there. I'm just gonna get on my fucking show. He's not fucking behaving himself. He's such a fucking alien. He really is. God almighty, fucking help him. Gosh, Jesus. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. Like, you know, I'm usually, in these days anyway, usually I'm in the office, you know what I mean? Which means I'm not usually at home working, you know, like, but tomorrow I am. I actually get to spend, so I'm puppy sitting the weather, you know? I get to fucking work at home tomorrow, and I get to fucking take my doggy for a nice walk, you know, at lunchtime, whatever, during the week when I'm meant to be working. I'm planning on fucking, you know, having a good wee walk with my wee boy around the fucking park locally and all that shit. It's gonna be grand. It's gonna be fucking robust as all hell. But I need to get new, you know, new pics of my dog. I know, like I took one recently and I shared it with my members in the Discord, you know, but I don't think I actually shared it with anyone else. I think Discord is as far as it made it. So I don't know where was that picture. Hold on. It's been a wee while since I showed you guys my wee puppy dog, you know. Hang on, 2 seconds. I'm scrolling up in my members Discord, try to find it. It's a wee picture I took like I think it was a week ago. I think it was a week or so ago I took a picture. Hang on, what is it? I'm building up speed up juice as well as looking for my wee dog. It'll be worth it, you know, it'll be worth it. My wee dog's cute as all hell, as you guys know, it'll be worth it. How fucking far back didn't he go? No math, fucking like I probably just scrolled past the fucking thing already, I don't know. How far back was it? I might have actually scrolled past it. Of course I fucking, nah, there's no fucking way, surely, there's no way. Oh, I didn't scroll past it, hold on, it's okay, I found it, so here we go. This is the most recent picture I have of my wee dog. Yeah, that's the most recent picture I've got of my wee doggy. Isn't he cute as all hell? I got a great picture of him as he was snoozing there, you know, he was having a wee fucking nap, you know, and I thought, great, I'm going to take a picture of this cute little bastard, you know, and then just fucking got a good wee picture that way, yeah, we fucking gorgeous. This is such a cute little bastard. Yeah, stay, hang on. There you go. Isn't he adorable? There we go. I get to spend all day with this cute little bastard tomorrow. Sideways Dutchman said that he loves a leg. No, he's, well, I tell you, he didn't have a leg, but he was a humpy wee bastard, although we have recently snipped him. He's de-knackered. Just to fucking, you know, make sure no of our dogs get fucking shagged to fucking death by this horny little bastard, you know what I mean? He's had his balls clipped, you know, so yeah, he's not maybe a shagging for him. It was something that had to be done. He had way too much energy. You know? So aye. Legs are safe and so are our dogs' fucking chastity. Oh hell. It had to be done, you know, he looks cute as all hell, you know what I mean? But given the fucking chance he would fucking, you know, the hips would go on a fucking mile a minute. You know? But it's just the way I, but yeah, he's a cute little bastard. So yeah. I'll be spending some good time this week, cute little bastard tomorrow while I fucking work away. Exactly, he's a good wee dog guy, he's good. As long as he lets you work, you know, it's so hard to get some work done because he has such a cute wee distraction. But anyway, so there we go. That's my wee dog. Anyway, let's get back to the bingo. Nice little derail, and we'll focus on so yeah, let's get back to the bingo. Phil has been begging. Oh, we got a free space in the bags already. We already got one free space because of Phil begging. Who would have guessed that? All he's asking for is to hit. Wait, so he's on what, 34 goals currently? No, wait, he's only on 30, isn't he? Because he's able to do the, yeah, because he's on 30 goals currently, I believe, or 40 goals currently. Hang on, let me know this. What's the number of goals? 40. So he owns $1,500 across today, tomorrow, and also Saturday. He's being kind, and he's also letting Saturday be a day where he can get tons of fucking money from his dumbass audience. And that way, the marathon doesn't have to wait until it can be done on Sunday instead. This is Phil pushing back against a narrative that he's trying to get, you know, $1,500 in 2 days. No. Don't be absurd. $1,500 in 2 days is astronomical. Not even Phil Burnell would be so greedy to ask for $1,500 in 2 days. He wants it in 3 days. 'Tis nothing to his audience.
Clear Obscure, Expedition 33. Yesterday we had beaten basically the second area, which looks like you're underwater. And after doing that, we had headed into a whole new open overworld area. And this area had all kinds of content. There was optional boss fight that was really tough. There was an actual enemy arena where you fight a gauntlet of challengers in one-on-one battles. There was another optional thing that we had done that allowed you to do like a little side quest. And there was a platforming challenge area. Of all things, you would think it's an RPG. Why would there be platforming? There was an actual platforming challenge. So, after having done all of that content, it pretty much took up the entirety of the stream, like 2.5 hours, but it was very fun. One of the boss fights was a giant pink sheep. Wow. And it was incredibly tough because it had insane amounts of health. It hit for pretty much instant death every time it hit you. You basically had to learn to perfect parrying in this fight to win the fight. It took over 15 minutes to beat this boss. Now, you might say, man, that's excessive, that's so grindy. Well, I think back to games such as Lost Odyssey or Final Fantasy 13, okay? Because in those games, this kind of thing was very commonplace. Like, very, very commonplace. Remember, Final Fantasy 13 had like half-an-hour boss fights. Lost Odyssey was actually the same, okay? But what I'm thinking, okay, is very simple. No one's really experienced stuff like that in a long time. If you think of where RPGs have gone in the last 10 to 15 years, even Final Fantasy, a series that, you know, at one point was very synonymous with this long strategic turn-based gameplay, has turned into a bunch of button mashing. I'm sorry, and a lot of people will have issue with this, but I don't. I'm honest. Final Fantasy 16 was a game.
Don't you fucking dare try and fucking say you fucking like long fucking boss fights. Because you fucking raged and bitched and whined and moaned like a fucking little girl when you fucking had to, oh, I got my arse kicked by this big massively long boss fight. I'm now got to redo the whole entire fucking boss fight over. What was that game? I think it was it Persona? Maybe one of the Persona games where I bitched and whined and moaned about the length of the fucking time it took to fucking kill a boss because it kept killing him. And to get to like certain phases, it's not just that as well. I'm pretty sure it's been games like Elden Ring or whatever, where there's like certain phases and boss fights where it feels like, oh, I can get to the third phase, you know what I mean? But it's hard to get to this phase. They've got no health if not shit. And he complains, he cries and bitches and whines and moans about how much of a challenge it is to try and complete this very challenging boss fight. He's like, oh, there should be checkpoints. There should be checkpoints in this fucking. But fuck off. Is he about to fucking say he likes it now?
That really brought Final Fantasy down the wrong road. It went pure action-based. The combat was button mashy and so easy, it felt like I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. That's not a good reference. That's a very bad reference, okay? People like RPGs like that, but that's not the audience that Final Fantasy has. Final Fantasy has a different kind of audience. This game, Clear Obscure, is absolutely for the old school JRPG fan. This game is for you, okay? For sure. This is what it's looking for, all right? So, if that's what you like, if you like Final Fantasy X, right, if you like that stuff, this game is absolutely for you, and I'm liking it more and more the more that I play it. Really, like the more I'm seeing, wow, they're adding an interesting side content that's different, but now there's a giant optional boss fight that requires really precise parrying and stuff. It's cool. It's actually really nice. It's challenging. It's fun. The plot's interesting. Like everything I'm liking, okay? So I'm actually very excited because tomorrow we're playing it again, and tomorrow we're going to focus on the story advancement because yesterday we did all the side stuff. Now we can focus on story, and I'm very excited for that. I'm also excited that yesterday the stream was so well supported. We hit 2 goals. That's amazing. So thanks to anyone who was here for the Clear Obscure stream yesterday. It did well, all right? And I'm pleased with the fact that people showed up, engaged, and supported with the game. I was nervous that it would be the opposite, but it wasn't. Like, people actually showed up to the game to chill, and I'm happy about that. Like I said, I was nervous because last week it seemed like we weren't getting great attendance for Clear Obscure, and it kind of flipped yesterday, so that was good. Now, last night, during my Minecraft chill stream, something very interesting happened, all right? Someone in Kick Chat basically said, hey, are you ever going to try Java Minecraft? Because you've been playing the Bedrock Minecraft for like, 4 or 5 streams, 10 hours now. And we want to see you play Java Minecraft. That's the version that everyone plays on PC, not Bedrock. So will you ever do it? And I basically said, well, we put a lot of time into the Bedrock, but listen, we're so close to hitting DSP Tries It. How about this? If we get 2 goals tonight, I will actually just say, screw it, let's do Java Minecraft and see the differences. We'll actually directly compare and test against each other and everything, right? So, I said, all right, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And I'm just doing my intro. We're just hanging out. We're talking for like 10 minutes. And then I look and it says I have a tip. And I click on it. I received an anonymous $300 tip. And in the tip, this person says, all right, let's do it. Start Java right now. I really want to see that. So just like that, boom, we start Java Minecraft. And my direct comparisons are as follows. Java Minecraft runs better than Bedrock Minecraft, period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was able to boot that sucker up at 4K resolution. I was able to up the graphics to the maximum settings. I was able to increase the draw distance. Well, I guess they don't call it draw distance, they call it something else, right? But I also increased the spawn distance. Like, I increased everything. And it ran beautifully. I had 0 stuttering, 0 frame rate drops, 0 issues. So what's the deal with Bedrock? Why did Bedrock immediately give me problems and we had to mess with the settings? And, you know what I mean? It was actually kind of frustrating in that regard. Now, there's definitely some distinct differences. For example, you have to play on mouse and keyboard, which I wasn't ready for. So here I was trying to play it like this, and my arms...
You don't actually need to play it in mouse and keyboard. You can play in controller if you want. I play in controller when I'm playing Minecraft for PC. I play Minecraft Java. I guess Phil's not heard of like, well, yeah. I don't know. I guess he's just not fucking clued up on how to fucking use controllers, not shit and these kind of things. You'd think Phil would know by now. You know. I don't have a PC controller either. I use my fucking old PlayStation 4 controller. I've still got my PS4 controller. The PS4 is long gone, but I kept the controller just so I can fucking enjoy playing games on PC. So, I don't have a PC controller either. Oh god, man, it's weird. Steve still uses 360 wire controller, there you go. It's a simple explanation, it's Phil, yeah, exactly. Phil Bonnell, so of course Phil doesn't understand. But, so you can't just plug in either. I think you need like a tool. I think you need some sort of fucking wee tool for it to recognise Like, I can't do it through Steam technically. Even though Minecraft is not on Steam directly, you can basically tell Steam that you're playing Minecraft, and you can use your controller that way to make it work with Minecraft. That's how I do it for me. But it's pretty straightforward though.
Were getting tired. I didn't have my desk adjusted. Like when I play Call of Duty on mouse and keyboard, I pull the desk much closer to me and I'm in a more comfortable ergonomic position.
Who
In this case, I
fucking
wasn't.
cares?
It was an on-the-fly thing. And then on top of having to use mouse and keyboard, there's other distinct differences. Like you can't have your coordinates on screen at all times. I guess that's a thing you have to do. Like you have to mod the game to do that.
You just fucking press like F3 and you have a whole bunch of information on screen at a time. Yeah, basically put it this way, Bedrock edition of Minecraft is essentially like console edition. I might be the easiest way to try and explain it, okay? The Bedrock edition is like the console edition, and the Java edition is this, you know, is just obviously what PC gamers have for it. He pressed F3 yesterday, it scared him. Did he press... Okay, if you press Shift and F3, I think it's not as scary. Did Phil get the fucking pie chart showing up and it scared him? Is that what scared him? I think you press F3, it fucking shows you like all this fucking... It shows you all the information, you know what I mean? And if you press Shift and F3 though, it doesn't show you as much information. It kind of limits it, but yeah, pressing F3, you get a fucking pie chart and everything and all that shit. All the stats scared him. Of course it fucking did. There's so much information, I'm overwhelmed.
But I definitely lucked out, and I spawned in a much better biome, right? Didn't I spawn in like just a standard starter biome? Isn't it like the savannah or whatever? So
wherever you spawned in last time, you fucking had people actually fucking telling you how to find diamonds.
Like, if he's been drinking.
Like it was theorized, but apparently Phil confirmed it. I mean, am I wrong? I think Sonny was the one that was trying to tell me about this. Actually, I'm not sure, but Phil apparently confirmed that people were fine, you know, basically telling him how to search for diamonds, because Phil shared the seed information, you know, and so people were fucking telling him how to fucking find diamonds. Phil actually confirmed it. What's the point then? What is the point? Phil confirmed that people are trying to help him find diamonds, and then when he's playing the game, he's pretending he found them. Jesus Christ, man. No wonder Phil had his coordinates on the screen the whole entire time. The only reason he fucking done it was so he could find diamonds. Oh my god. Canada says it's probably Papa Vera seed mirroring from it. Could be. It could very well be. Fuck me, man. It's bad. That is embarrassing.
there were trees. There was, you know, plentiful wood to build. There was also tons of animals. So now I'm going to be able to not only get food from those animals, but to actually, you know, create a whole yard full of
Who
them fenced in,
fucking
you know,
cares?
like a barn when you think about it, right? My barnyard.
It's just like real life. For real. For real.
But in addition to that, there was already minerals and elements. Already there was cobblestone, there was coal. All the essentials that you need was like right there. But then right to the next side of me was a different biome. And up there were the cherry trees. I'm pretty sure right to the corner of my viewing, you could see a village. So I'll be able to head up there and interact with some villagers. There was a different biome that looked like a beach in another direction. So basically, this is going to be pretty cool. All right, like I'm excited because this is a much better start than last time around with the Bedrock Minecraft. You know, for those who don't know, I think I started in what they call like the Badlands or whatever. And even though the Badlands is good for finding minerals like what is it, the redstone and diamond, it's actually quite hard to just find the basic minerals that you need, like iron, which is like, what the hell? That's like the starter mineral you need, and you can't find any of it. It's very frustrating, okay? So, basically, in a 2-hour stream, I built myself a decent-sized house. I set up torches all around it, okay? I started cooking, I started crafting, and now I'm basically set up, so next stream, I can set up a dock where I can fish and eat regularly from.
Oh god, more fishing streams. I can't wait to play Minecraft so I can fucking fish for fucking 2 hours a stream. And try and fucking fish for fucking name tags so I can charge my dumbass dent heads $20 per animal fucking named.
Then I'm going to build, you know, a fencing and try to recruit a lot of these animals that are really local and make my own kind of farm barnyard or whatever.
Recruit a lot of these animals? You're going to recruit them? Jeez, whatever you say, Phil. Fucking recruit them.
Want to call so I can have them start to reproduce and have that be part of my setup. And then after that, you know, whatever we want to do next, like we can think about what's the next essential thing. Do I want to start mining and look for iron and stuff so I can start, you know, getting a bucket and do the other
Bitch, fucking here's an idea. Here's a fucking idea, Phil. How about you attempt to actually play the game and complete the game in the story mode of the game? Get some equipment, get some gear, make yourself, get your diamond armor, and get all your iron, get your buckets, whatever. Then go to the Nether and get some blaze rods. Then get some ender pearls, combine them so you can find the fortress, and get to the end and kill the ender dragon. Phil will give you plenty of reasons why I can't do this. Primarily, number one reason, it can't be fucked. Treating Minecraft as a proper fucking game, Phil doesn't want to do that. That's not why he plays Minecraft, don't be absurd.
Essential things, setting up a farm, we can figure it out. But basically, it looks a lot better this run than it was on Bedrock, okay? And people loved it, and we had a great interactive time. People in general were like, we're very happy you did this. Bedrock was kind of frustrating, and that start was very frustrating. So I'm happy to do it. We had a great time, and I'm looking forward to more Minecraft next week. Remember, next week is the extended week, so likely we'll be able to do 2 Minecraft streams next week over the course of the week, okay? Cool. All right, so yesterday's streams were great. Absolutely great, and I had a great time with them. All right, so thank you for that. Now, before we get talking about the schedule for the week and all that, I have a couple shout-outs to do. So first off, we have Declan Black did a 5 Australian super chat, I believe, and I forget.
Here we go. Calculator time. How much cheaper is that compared to US dollars?
The Australian conversion rate.
He's got the phone out.
Let me take a look here. It says A to USD, and I think that's Australian.
Peasant dollars.
This isn't a euro, but it's not. A is not a euro, it's Australian. So what is the Australian thing here? What is the thing for Australian currency?
It's called an Australian dollar, Phil.
Australian dollar to USD conversion. Here we go. So if it's 5, it's $3.19. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
It's actually type 397. Here.
So this came in as I was doing the intro to the show, FYI.
Oh, 19 cents.
So this is from Declan Black, and Declan says, "Hey Phil, I've been catching up on your playthroughs, and I'm really enjoying all of them. I sent you an email. I was hoping that you could check it out when you get a chance. So when I saw that, I checked my emails. I don't have one. I even checked my spam. I still didn't see it. So Declan, if you're watching this, I recommend you resend me the email to darksidephil@hotmail.com, and that way I will check in the next 24 hours. And even if it hits my spam, hopefully I see it. Sadly, a lot of stuff hit my spam filter, but I didn't see an email from you. Okay. And then we have Mr. Papavera with a $2 super chat. He says, "I got my cheese wheel and my Argonian blood wine snacks for today." Awesome. Well, that's good news, because today's the continuation of Oblivion Remastered. So those are the appropriate snacks for today's first stream.
Who fucking
We'll
cares?
talk about in just a second, actually. We'll go through the schedule, for the next few days so you guys know what's going on. But good to see you, Papa Vera. Okay, so. Thank you very much for all the early support. We're at $10. So here's the deal. As I've stated, all right, we are now making a push for the marathon. The ideal state for the marathon.
Here we fucking go.
Would be to do it this weekend. But that would entail hitting 10 goals within 6 streams. 2 streams today, 2 streams tomorrow. I'm off Thursday and Friday, 2 streams Saturday. We're not even guaranteed that we're going to be hitting the goals every stream. So let's see what happens. Worst case, it's okay if we can do the marathon maybe middle of next week, but I know that typically marathons do better on weekends. People always ask me to do a marathon on a weekend, okay? So I guess we'll see how things go and go from there. But hey, if you want to see the viewer's choice, please support the streams. I appreciate that.
Who fucking cares?
Bruh.
So, let's see how it goes, all right? Right now, we got a couple super chats. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first member of the day. We do have a sub on Kick, shockingly, because this week we've had almost no support on Kick. I'm not kidding you. We've got 2 people who gifted 10 subs each yesterday. We have Squirt Rocks, Seajor, and now we have this morning Jalen, and that's it. And we are all...
Wait. 2 people who gifted 10 subs each. Phil, that's $100 right there. Oh, Kick support's been fucking dead. Yesterday you were giving $100 on Kick. And that's just from people giving you money. You also get paid, remember, Phil. Phil tries to fucking have people forget a simple fact. But he's now a paid partner. He gets paid money to stream on Kick. Like, the more time he streams on Kick, the more money he potentially gets. He keeps that fucking quiet, though, and that doesn't get added to the fucking total either, does it? It's funny that Phil doesn't want to seem to add that Kick money that he gets for streaming on Kick just on his own to get, to add it to the goals. You'd think he'd be all over that, but I guess not. But yeah, $100 on Kick yesterday. He's like, well, that was a nice change of pace, but I want a lot more.
already 3 streaming days into the week. So sure, it would be great to get some more support over on Kick. All right, please consider becoming a sub, gifting some subs. It would be awesome if you could, and get that momentum rolling over on the Kick side of things this morning. Okay, cool. And when these contributions come in, I will shout them out. Fair enough? Okay, so what is the schedule looking like for the week? Well, today we're going to be doing more Oblivion Remastered, and probably, to be honest, still kind of focusing in on the story, because the story was what I avoided in the first run. And I feel like if we advance the story more and more, then when we get caught up in the side content, it won't feel like we've been distracted. It'll feel like, okay, now it's time to do it. And last time that we played Oblivion Remastered, right at the tail end of the stream, I enabled the ray tracing. And the ray tracing made the game look absolutely gorgeous on PC, so I actually can't wait to continue and see how the rest of the game looks now with the ray tracing on. It looks so good, okay? So I'm excited for that. And later tonight on the late stream, I'm very excited for this one, because tonight is Blueprints. Now, it's my only stream of Blueprints of the week, okay? Why am I so excited? Because at the end of the last Blueprint stream, after having almost 2 hours of nothing, all right, and failed...
And then he finally was given money, and she was happy again.
...runs and no progress, we had insanely massive progress. I was able to solve a critical puzzle in the garage. This allowed me to unlock a new part of the map that will positively affect every single run that we do in Blueprints moving forward in a giant way. I think moving forward, we may actually be able to do whatever we want without much limitation. Okay, and you might say, well, what does that mean? You'll see tonight. For those who didn't get caught up, I don't want to spoil, but it definitely looks like with Blueprints, we are going to have a massive boost to our runs moving forward. In fact, I would argue probably no more dead, wasted runs because of this huge piece of progress. Okay? So, I'm excited for that. I hope you are too. Blueprints tonight, 6:45 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. Very excited to continue on with that. Tomorrow is my final streaming day of the week because, like I said, it's only a 4-day streaming week this week. Tomorrow will be more Clear Obscure Expedition 33 when we're focusing solely on the story advancement. And then tomorrow night, Lego night, we're going to finish the Lego Piranha Plant build. It's going to take all night because it took around 2 hours to build the pipe and the stem and the leaves. Now we're going to build the head of the Piranha Plant, and that is half of the steps of the build. So it should be exciting to see that conclude. Hopefully we get support for that, because I'd like to continue doing Lego builds over the course of the spring and summer. And if we get support, I'm going to build another Lego next month, okay? And that Piranha Plant will become a part of my setup for next month. So I'm very excited to finish that off as well. All right, now, I am off Thursday and Friday. I return on Saturday. And
Phil, I can understand why you're off on Thursday. You said you needed appointments, whatever, but why not just come back on Friday? What are you doing on Friday, Phil? So, people aren't sure. Some people think Phil's actually going back home to Connecticut to see his fucking mommy and daddy, because that's what he fucking told P. That's what, back in February, that's what I had to do. There is interesting timing to this, you know what I mean? It's an interesting coincidence for the timing of it all. I don't think he's gone back. I think something's up. There's something fucking up, but I don't think he's going home. I just don't see it happening. Like, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's like, I don't know. It's confusing. Like, because usually, I don't know. You think, if he's going home to see his parents, one, it's for a fucking damn good reason. Like, they're fucking, he needs to see him one last time before they fucking... he used that excuse anyway. He already fucking used that excuse. Remember, last time I went back home to Connecticut, he spun the fucking sob story of, guys are getting older, I might not get to see him again. And fun fact, it was to fucking, trick, just to fucking say, guys, they pay for our wedding, it was great. I don't know, I don't think so, because remember, if they are struggling, and Phil's like, oh, I need to fucking see them before they fucking perish or whatever, he would definitely use that, I think, on his audience, wouldn't he? I feel like he would definitely use that as a fucking tool to gain pity and sympathy from his audience, because he did it last time.
On Saturday, we're going to do another stream of Oblivion Remastered on the day stream, and the night stream will be the return of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. After being around 2 weeks away, not touching it, we're going to bring it back into the fold. Keep in mind, it's a 7-day streaming week next week, so you may see a little bit more of certain games. Okay? Keep in mind also that there's a new game. It's called Metal Eden. It is in the vein of older school Doom, and I'm excited to try it out and see if it's any good. So we're going to be having that in the rotation. We're going to be continuing on with Clear Obscure. There's going to be Blueprints. There's going to be Minecraft, all in the rotation that week. So I hope that you will join me next week. And of course, when we hit 50 goals, we're doing the Viewer's Choice Marathon, which I'm also very excited for. All right, so that's the schedule for the next several days. I hope that sounds good. Okay, a couple contributions have come in. Let's see if they're trolls or real. Always interesting to find out. Let's see. The first is a troll, so I ignored them. The second tip. All right, someone tipped $1.82 and says, good for you staying the course, no matter where the course goes or how bad it is. Yeah, right now the course is good. Right now we have no problems. Right now things are going well. The games we're playing are fun and interesting and varied. You know, the streams are going smoothly. Things are going nice both on Kick and on YouTube. And the support is great. So, 0 complaints from me. Good course, right? Okay. Why don't I count troll tips? Well, there's 2 reasons, Cracker Jacks. Reason number 1 is because trolls don't deserve to be acknowledged. They just don't. If someone's going to pay me, but they're going to throw an insult or whatever, they don't deserve to be part of the fun. They don't deserve to be part of anything. And they certainly don't deserve recognition. Okay? But honestly, reason number 2, and this is the bigger reason, trolls tend to charge back. If they're insulting me in a tip, you know, later on, they'll try to charge back or do something stupid. So I just don't count it because chances are they're going to give me problems. Okay? It's that simple. And by the way, trolls literally never contribute anything significant. They'll do like $1, right? They'll, you know what I'm saying? They'll do like, oh, $1.50. Here's an insult. So it's nothing that, oh, I didn't count it, and so now our count is so off today. It's not like they're throwing me hundreds and hundreds of dollars and I don't count it. That never, literally never happens. Okay? For the record here. Okay. Say hi to Rebecca. Hi to Rebecca.
Who fucking cares?
Fuck you and your friends. My biggest fans are idiots.
Nice shirt, 25 cents. Shut up, bitch!
On top of part of my LED light strip. Probably warm, right? Probably feels warm. He loves warm things. Remember, he used to lay next to the consoles when I was using consoles constantly.
Who fucking cares?
He's probably sad because I don't play on console anymore, so there's nothing warm to lay next to over there. Okay. Toasty Chestnuts, how's it going, man? How about this? How's everyone doing today? What's on everyone's mind? I'm just curious. You know,
How about this? Let me ask you how you guys are. And more importantly, how are your wallets? You know, is the money in your wallets nice and secure, or does it want to be let free and go into a new home? Phil Burnell pretending to fucking give a shit about his fucking audience and how they're fucking doing today. You know? Then if somebody's fucking got a bad day and they fucking tell Phil that, he's gonna bitch and whine and moan about fucking them bringing the stream down. Because that happened before. Some of you guys might not remember it, years and years ago, Phil bitched and whined and moaned about somebody in his chat being too negative. You know, because they weren't having a good day and they're bringing the stream down or whatever else. Let's make you the focus of attention then. Jesus Christ, man. So like I say, remember the trolls can imitate as well. Not only that, but Phil was dismissing troll tips as not a big fucking deal. Phil Burnell, over the years, has been given hundreds and hundreds of dollars from troll tips. And not all of them are charged back. So Phil wins some of the chargebacks, remember. It is so dumb. It is so fucking dumb. I wasn't even talking about World. So Steve Dead says World Leader. I wasn't even talking about that at the time. That's a completely different scenario, of course. That's a different situation. But World Leader, of course, was one of the big ultimate one. You know, Phil's like, no, that's when Phil's feeling sorry for himself. Like his arse just got dumped. You know, what I mean, oh, Rihanna left me, and all that shit. You know, and he had no motivation to like fucking, you know, do anything. And Wardle was like, you know, I just lost my fucking brother, you know, just like make yourself a sandwich or something. And Phil was like, oh, I guess you're just better at dealing with things than I am. You're a true king of suffering. Oh god, that was legendary. Like some detractors are just fucking, they happen naturally, but Phil has a habit of creating, you know, detractors himself just because he is who he is, you know. Waterloo became a detractor purely because, obviously, of Phil Burnell being an absolute toxic piece of shit as he naturally is. Like, same with King Be Cruel. King Be Cruel just saying, hey, for real, and yeah, you know, get a spoon, all that crap. It's funny how often you get a Phil fan or a Phil viewer get turned towards being a detractor just because of Phil just being who they are, and his own natural cuntishness showing for all to see.
we have a few more things to talk about. We're going to talk about the Salty Blue menu, a little bit about Borderlands 4. How's everyone doing today? You know? Did I see Metal Eden has now been delayed? What? It did? When did it get delayed? It was in the schedule as of just a couple days ago. According to this, it's May 6, 2025. What are you talking about?
Now, this is a double-edged sword.
It literally says May 6, 2025.
The we were going to was probably going to be good. It was very high-end.
Metal Eden will be released on May 6, 2025 on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5.
Restaurant, okay?
If it got delayed, it's apparently not common knowledge because this is what it says online right now from like a week ago. Did it just get delayed?
A week ago, Phil. A week ago. Have you checked the most recent news? Have you checked the most recent updates? Someone's trying to tell you, apparently, but I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not. Here's Phil looking at an old headline from a week ago and says this must be true today because this is an old headline. Let me check a newspaper headline. You know, let me check this fucking headline. I see. Oh, apparently the Japanese have bombed Pearl Harbor. I know, I thought Japanese were our allies. Oh wait, it's an old news story. Oh shit, man, I fucking should have checked. It was a more recent story, my bad.
Played today. They even released a demo on April 8th. So what are we talking about? Did it get delayed or what? You're confusing.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors. They were right. Holy shit, Phil.
Yeah, you know what? This is bizarre. It looks like it did get delayed, but it's not common knowledge.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
Well, now you have a fucking topic for your podcast.
Like, we totally fucked him.
This is weird.
Stop being a fucking victim. You fucking bitch.
If I'm on Steam right now,
You fucking
and on
Who
the Steam
fucking
page,
cares?
it says planned release date Q3 2025.
own your shit.
But there's not even a post on the page that says it got delayed. Remember, its set date was May 6th.
They were right.
That's literally all over the internet, everywhere else.
Shit, Phil. Your detractors. They were right. Bitch.
Dude, I'm on Metal Eden's Twitter page,
Hear yourself, bitch.
their own Twitter page,
Burger?
and it says will be released on May 6, 2025. So I'm gonna tend to believe it's going to be
I know you're lying.
May 6th. All right, just saying.
I know you're lying. Being dishonest.
No, wait.
For money.
Metal Eden, April 17th. Hi everyone, we decided to move the release of Metal Eden to summer 2025. After going through the feedback from the demo, we saw some clear areas where we can improve. We're taking a bit more time to refine the game and make sure it delivers the experience we're aiming for. Your input has been a big part of that process. We know delays aren't ideal and we appreciate your patience. So let me get this straight. On April 17th, they delayed the game, but they didn't update the date anywhere. Even on their Twitter header, it still says May 6th. And then on Steam, they changed it and it says fall. This is a mess.
I just see a scammer. They were right.
So I guess we don't get Metal Eden next week then.
Totally fucked him.
That sucks.
All right, I'm done.
All right, well, I'm glad that you told me it's actually not Q3. According to this, they're saying summer. All right,
Who fucking cares?
Because of this bullshit.
all right. Well, I guess I'll take it off the schedule then. Let me update the date. That sucks. It's weird because again, they didn't really officially say it anywhere, so I don't think anyone even knows. So they're saying summer, so I'm gonna push it like to like the middle of like late.
I love when he's typing on that keyboard, the microphone goes fucking crazy because it's fucking attached to a fucking wobbly fucking folding desk that fucking gets wheeled over to him. Like, look at the microphone. Look at the microphone as he's fucking typing all day. Steve says, nice pause. I mean, it's a good pause, but again, well, the fingers are a bit blurry. It is potential thumbnail material, but nah, I don't think so, I don't think so. But we'll keep an eye on his microphone here. Going absolutely mental because he's fucking typing away with his wee picky hoofs.
Officially say it anywhere, so I don't think anyone even knows. So they're saying summer, so I'm gonna push it like
Earthquake Simulator.
the middle of like late June, early July in my schedule here. All right, so that means the first major game coming out in May is Doom: The Dark Ages, and that's gonna be on the 13th. Okay, so that's fine. That gives us time to focus.
Well, that was such a forced fine. That's a sort of fine you fucking hear from like your fucking wife or girlfriend when they're fucking not fine, but they fucking pretend to be fucking fine. That's fine. That's fine with me. That's fine. Not really fucking fine, but I'm gonna just fucking pretend it's fucking fine, then I'm fucking gonna complain about it afterwards.
The Dark Ages, and that's gonna be on the 13th. Okay, so that's fine. That gives us time to focus on the things we're doing to get further and clear obscure. Yeah. All right, cool. So, sounds good to me. We'll now focus on the things we're doing. More Oblivion, more Clear Obscure, more Blueprints, more Minecraft Chill. We'll figure out what if we get support tomorrow, we'll figure out what our Lego build will be for May, and then I'll probably order that.
If we get support tomorrow, he's already threatened to fucking wage quit Lego if support is not forthcoming.
We'll begin that at some point. We'll have some more Call of Duty in there in the mix. All right, it's not the end of the world. It's a little disappointing because I was hoping that we were gonna have a new game in the mix next week, and now we don't. But it's all good, I guess. I mean, we're gonna have Doom the next week anyway. So quite frankly, Metal Eden would have had to been a rush job, like play it and rush through it, because when Doom comes out, all anyone's gonna want to see is Doom, right? Okay.
Easy money. $10 top 10. $20 top 5. Not the bad, not the bad.
Someone sent me $2 and has a million questions about a cat. Just listen to this. Any advice about?
Right here.
Steve, brace yourself. Someone has a million questions about a cat. Oh, this is gonna be fucking good. Well, let Phil get for the questions first. He's upset because he's not upset because somebody's got a lot of questions about the cat. He's upset because somebody has a very long post and they all gave him $2 for it as a tip. Go on, Phil. Impress us with your fucking cat ownership skills.
Someone tipped me $2 and has a million questions about a cat. Just listen to this. Any advice about being a cat dad? Any stories to share? I'm nervous about raising one. What is a boop? Do you believe cats have the temperament they're born with? Do you think that they're all right? When you tip me, I want you to understand something. This is not 20 questions. This is meant to be an interactive.
You greedy fucking bastard. You greedy fucking dick. You'd think Phil would have loved to talk about his cat and fucking sharing his expertise and fucking knowledge about what it's like to fucking be a robust cat owner. But no, I guess there's a certain fucking a certain level of contribution you must fit before Phil talks to you about how much he fucking loves looking after his cat. This is one more time.
Being a cat dad, any stories to share? I'm nervous about raising one. What is a boop? Do you believe cats have the temperament they're born with? Do you think that they're all right? When you tip me, I want you to understand something. This is not 20 questions. This is meant to be an interactive stream, right? Like, if you just want to hear some general stories about Jasper or whatever, it's not, hey, I tipped you $2. Here's 17 questions to answer. No. No. Okay? All right. I will summarize and generalize as much as I can for brevity so we can keep the show moving. I had never owned a cat before Jasper. I didn't know what it was like to own a cat. And to my knowledge, from what I've learned about cats since I've had Jasper and done research and actually interacted with many other cats, basically every cat's different. Cats generally have 3 different types. Type number 1 are cats who generally keep to themselves and don't like human interaction at all. They're kind of loners, okay? Type number 2 are cats that are incredibly antisocial and want nothing whatsoever to do with humans. So they're kind of like aggressive. And then cat type number 3 is kind of the polar opposite, where the cat absolutely loves humans, wants to be social all the time, wants to be a part of everything that the human's involved in, all right? And there's variations between. For example, there may be a cat that doesn't generally like to spend a lot of time with humans, but will still interact, will still live in the same house. You know, you can feed them, pet them from time to time, but then they want to go off and do their own thing. There's other cats that just don't like humans and want nothing to do with them. Just leave me alone, right? Jasper is the opposite. He wants to be part of the party at all times. When my wife and I are doing something, he wants to be there with us.
Except when there's another human being present and then he fucking runs and hides apparently.
Is the opposite. He wants to be part of the party at all times. When my wife and I are doing something, he wants to be there with us. Whether that means we're just relaxing on the couch, we're cleaning the house, we're making dinner, whatever we're doing, he wants to be there in the thick of things. He always wants to get pet. He always wants to be the center of attention. Right now I'm streaming and my wife's at work. So where is he? Right now behind me, laying down behind me right here in the room because he wants to be near me. You see, that's the kind of cat he is.
Who fucking cares?
So, every cat is different, you know, and it may take a while to figure that out. When my wife and I were looking for cats to adopt, some shelters already have predetermined the personality type of the cat, and they'll say it's blue, pink, or green. Blue is the kind of cat that likes to stay to itself but can have human interaction. Pink is, oh, it's aggressive, doesn't like humans. And green is super duper comfy, casual, social, wants to always be a part of the party. All right? So, there you go. Now, there's a million other things I can tell you about cats, but I'm not going to spend hours talking about it. What I'll tell you is Jasper's very much a green cat, and life with cats is very different than life without, that's for sure. But at the same time, he's been an awesome part of the family and a great
He made you $2,000 in one singular stream before. 2 kg in the house.
addition to our lives. So, there you go. Okay.
And yes, Phil said million several fucking times there. Well, talking about a cat. It's an interesting fucking number, so why the fuck not?
Jesus!
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up. Right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone. Forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
Yeah, well, Phil said million a couple of times. I fucking had to do it, you know. Yeah, just for the hell of it. Yeah, we're just fucking doing it for the hell of it there. But yeah, Phil Burnell, clearly a passionate pet owner. Not really. he was upset because somebody had all the questions and only gave him $2 for it, and he had to berate them for that. Like, Phil, if it lets him type that much in the tip chat box to send you a tip, then they're not doing anything wrong. It's not like super chats, for example. Also, the more you want to type in a super chat, the more it'll cost you. You know, that's why some super chats are kind of very, you know, short and to the point where, you know what I mean, because some people don't want to spend, like, you know, too much money in a super chat, or they can just try and make it as concise as possible, you know. And he's just bitching and whining and moaning about, oh, this person gave me a $2 tip and I had a million questions about Jasper and looking after cats. Fuck you and your $2. I would spend more time on this if it was $200, but if you only give me $2, get the fuck.
All right, and then we got a troll. So I'm just gonna ignore this troll. Cool. I'm an idiot. Okay.
And quite frankly, those people who make that shit up should be sued. They should be sued into oblivion. But I'm not a rich man.
No, the rule in general is this. This is an interactive podcast. It's meant to be.
Here we go. Here we go. People are fighting back about him bitching and whining and moaning about getting $2 for a million questions. I'm going to count as a big.
No, the rule in general is this. This is an interactive podcast. It's meant to be, you know, you want to talk with me, we can have a little back and forth, but I'm going to contribute $1 or $2 and I'm going to send you 17 questions. I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours and, you know, and just talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand it. If you have a generalized question, then toss it my way, but he literally asked me like 7 questions about cats. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it for an hour, okay?
So it went from 17 questions to 7 questions. He wasn't asking you if I can spend an hour talking to him about it. He just wanted you to answer the questions in a very simple fucking manner. It wasn't the most fucking taxing of fucking questions either. Any advice on being a cat dad? Like, these are general fucking questions, Phil. And you're freaking the fuck out. But I think you're more upset the fact that he fucking gave you $2 only than asking, like, these are very slowball questions. There's like, oh, you know, what's it like being a cat dad? And Phil's like, this is a very challenging question. This will take me at least 37 minutes to answer this sort of question. And then you ask 6 more questions. Oh, for God's sake, Phil, it's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. Like, heaven fucking forbid someone should fucking ask you, an apparently dedicated fucking pet owner, questions on what it's like to fucking own a pet. Heaven fucking forbid they fucking made that mistake in future. Hopefully they've learned a fucking lesson.
Okay. Yes, cats like to put their butts in your face because cats have glands in their ass. I'm not kidding. And cats love to rub their glands on things that they like. So they also, cats have glands in the side of their head, their face here, so they'll rub you there. They like to rub you where, like, you know, it's their weird glands.
Should we count that as scat talk? I feel like we should definitely count that as scat talk. Well, it's scat talk, but it's kind, well, yeah, I think we should count it as scat talk since Phil just was like super in favour of talking about cats' asses.
Burger?
Sonny says, spoiler from the future, both YouTube and Kick have turned against Cade. Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, Cade's a wee fanny. You know, he's a wee arse, you know, I mean, they fucking love the attention, clearly, you know. Hell, they're in here before, and they dropped a fucking membership and a couple of super chats, and they love the attention. Phil gives them attention and more special treatment or whatever, so he throws Phil more money, you know what I mean? But fuck it, you know. And I think Cade came in with an alternative account in here at one point in time. I just ended up getting him, just fucking banning that account. You know, so just fuck it, you know.
Robust urban garlic tipped £1.
What?
Robust urban garlic flavor, it really steals your taste buds and your purse.
I am so confused about... I feel like this is a reference which is just going right over my fucking head. I feel like... I feel like I'm not understanding this reference and I'm annoyed. Oh, did Phil say this before? Did Phil actually say the words robust urban garlic flavour? Hang on a second. I need to mind myself of this. Hold on 2 seconds. Give me a second here. I'm going to fucking pig go. Hold the fuck on. 2 seconds here. Robust. He said robust herb and garlic flavour. Oh. I'm just going to type in the word robust garlic. Well, no, so robust garlic didn't work. Urban? No. Robust herb. Robust herb. There's no results for robust herb either. Hold on a second, hold on a fucking second. Robust, he said, robust herb and garlic flavour. Robust black garlic. Well, I guess maybe garlic. Just maybe it's just type garlic and it's on. Because how often does Phil say garlic, you know? He says herb is herb. I don't know. There's a detractor called robust urban garlic now. Jesus Christ. Well, I typed in urban garlic and we didn't get a fucking hit, sadly. You know, like a. Oh wait, oh my god, I found it. Maybe I didn't type in. Oh, for God's sake. Hold on. Right. Here's a reference to that tip.
2 days. You put it in your mouth. First, the skin would have all this robust urban garlic flavor. And then as you start chewing the turkey is so, you know, moist and juicy and had flavor throughout. It's not like, oh, it's bland in the middle because it's turkey breast. No, it was all the way throughout. So my wife knew exactly what she...
Of course, it wasn't about a DoorDash order or DSP tried it. It's taught about Christmas dinner, or Thanksgiving dinner. November 9th, 2024, last year. Well, like 6 months ago. But Jesus, man. There we go, there's the fucking reference. Oh god, robust. Let's see that one more time.
Moist because we had marinated it for 2 days. You put it in your mouth. First, the skin would have all this robust urban garlic flavor.
Robust urban garlic flavor. It's funny because I typed in Pig Go robust urban. I see, like, yeah, I put a robust garlic. I typed in robust garlic and it was nothing. But there's also nothing for robust urban. You know? But I think I know why. So this is something I've noticed sometimes when it comes to trying to find videos on Phil Burnell. Sometimes when you're searching for the phrase that skips a line, it's hard to show you. Remember, this is fed by annotations on videos. Like these search results are fed by annotations. So garlic flavor, sorry. Urban garlic. There they go. So urban garlic flavor and then as you. So that's the quote. That's the context of the quote there. That quote there. Urban garlic flavor and then as you. That quote is that quote for a reason, I believe, and it's probably because if you search annotations, it'll probably just show up as a line individually on the transcript. I imagine. Well, maybe not actually. So see, as I said, look, all this robust was on the last line. So because it went so robust and urban are together, but they're separated by a paragraph, if that makes sense. Robust is at the very end of this paragraph, and urban is at the start of this one. So YouTube is recognising robust and urban are spelled correctly, and YouTube's recognising that. But because the annotations are at how they are here, when you type in robust urban, you can't find it on Pig Go. Like this works, urban garlic works. Because Phil said that in the wrong way. Phil says that here urban garlic flavour. Phil says urban garlic and it found that straight away, you know. But robust urban, even though he said that as well, it didn't find it because it's split across two separate paragraphs on the annotations, which is why Pig Go doesn't think it's there. Yeah, so there you go. So even if you're convinced, so Phil definitely said the words robust urban garlic flavour. But Pig Go will never find that if you type in those words, because it'll think it won't know to search two paragraphs. I think, if that makes sense. Like it's just the way Pig Go works, you know. It's a very clever engine. I love Pig Go. So many. I mean, I'm sure Steve can testify. Steve Ed can testify to it as well. How viable a tool Pig Go is when it comes to finding some of these older Phil clips and try if I can just have clips to Phil. You know, some of the dumb things that Phil said. But aye, this is one of the limitations of it. This is one of those times where it's a limitation of Pig Go, where sometimes even if you know he said something, you might need to split up the phrase because it'll cut off. It may have cut off from the transcript. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's get back to bingo, shall we? Nice little derail there. Thank you for the derail and tip. Robust urban garlic.
No, I'm not playing Days Gone Remastered. I don't care.
Even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it.
Yeah.
I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game. Okay. After
Hello, is this why Cade's getting fucking stick from YouTube and Kick? Is this 25 minutes ago? So Cade gave Phil a super chat. I completely understand it, and it's fair. I think people just get a little butt hurt when you insult tippers. That and so Cade doing his absolute best to dick ride Phil. But yeah, just laid down the law so we
When do I
know.
think GTA 6 will release this year? I hope it releases by the end of this year.
Oh, Cade, you dumb bastard.
Kane did a $5 super chat. He says, I understand, it's fair. Some people might get butthurt when you insult tippers, but lay down the law so we know. I didn't insult the tipper. I mean, the trolls, I'm saying, hey, you're a troll, I'm not going to address it. I did not insult that tipper. I'm saying, hey, listen, we got to be realistic here. You know, for a $2 tip, I'm not going to sit here for an hour answering 7, 8, 9 questions. It's not. That's basically hogging my time. We have other topics to get to and things to do on the show. I hope that people would understand that, okay? But I mean, that's any streamer too. Like, a lot of streamers just don't address contributions at all. Like, literally, they'll just ignore them. Some streamers will just do a quick shout out and will never read your message. Me, I'm the kind of guy that I do like to directly address every single person who contributes because I appreciate it. But you also got to understand that there's one of me and hundreds to thousands of you. And
Fuck off. Fuck off. And furthermore, fuck the fuck off. There is dozens. Phil, I'm gonna go on DSP Gaming right now. You know? It's still a big go up, so why the fuck not? Hold on, let's just fucking search Urban Garlic again just so we can get a fucking video example. Oh, look at that as one example. Well, let's go to Phil's channel, shall we? Shut up, bitch.
urban garlic flavor.
Shut up. Now let's go to DSP Gaming's channel. You know, his is live stream right now.
You're new. Every time I...
Shush. Fast silence, pig roach. So we're on Phil's channel right now, his live stream right now. Let's click on participants in his YouTube chat. I'm trying to scroll up and down in all the participants in Phil's YouTube chat, but it won't let me because there's so few participants in Phil's YouTube chat.
Oh my dog! What's up?
You can see it's such a look at all the dozens and dozens of people in Phil's YouTube chat just waiting to and look at the chat go a million miles a minute here. It'll move eventually. His chat will move eventually. Just wait for it. There it is. Soup dupe. He thought about going through a current suggested game. Thank God. So there we go. There's our message now. Our first message of 8:47 PM. It's so hard to keep track of Phil's chat and read Phil's chat in real time because it goes by so goddamn fast. And then Phil's got to go over to Kick Chat as well, which has even less people. Mainly fucking full of fucking, Pepe frogs with torches yelling for Cade's head. Thank you, Nathan Ronan, for a super chat, by the way, who says, another day the Dents spend a total of 1.5k for a slob of a pig and a fat horsewife to eat their food out of their troughs. Oh, Jesus. Why didn't you say what you really mean now? Jesus, man. Holy shit. But you can see what I mean. Phil's complaining about some streamers don't even fucking respond to it. Phil was saying Phil could easily respond to every single chatter in the stream chat. Very comfortably, It's like even I do my best. If somebody's asking me a question in chat, I do sometimes I do miss questions in chat and I do apologise for it, but I do my best to do, if I see somebody ask something in chat, I will try and say, address it either live or just type it in chat as well. I'll try and address it, because it's a nice thing to do. I'm able to do it. I'm capable of doing it, and I can do it. It's not like that being said, where their streams, like that being said, streams. It's usually 1,000 plus, sometimes 1,500, 2,000. Just crazy numbers I get sometimes. And a stream chat, and that being said, can fucking go flying fucking by. I'm impressed that anyone can fucking respond to fucking questions. Any of the fucking hosts can fucking respond to questions. And that being said, when they're fucking doing a live stream sometimes, because there's absolutely insanity in there sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah, the bigger the fucking content creator is, the more people there are on a fucking stream, naturally the harder it is to try and get someone's attention on stream. It's just crazy at times, some of the fucking engagement levels these content creators get. But that's what I'm saying though, it's that they're getting that sort of attention on merit, these bigger content creators. And even that being said, it's earned fucking minute because they put a lot of hard work into their content and it's getting the support and the numbers showing up because they're very entertaining shows to enjoy. That being said. Anyway, let's get back to the bingo. Long story short, Phil's just a lazy sack of shit. He doesn't really want to interact with his fucking audience. Let's get back to bingo.
And I have to have my time used appropriately. I can't just be talking about one topic for like an hour, especially when it's a very specified topic too. We're talking about gaming. Well, that's a topic that's going to appeal to a lot of people. You're talking about me being a cat dad, that might appeal to like a tenth of my audience. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. So thank you to Cade for a $5 super chat.
Well, a tenth of your audience is still 20,000 people. You are a YouTuber with 200,000 plus subscribers. You know, so.
Which is the biggest one of the day. And then an idiot did a super chat complaining about me begging. I literally haven't done it at all. Like, what are you talking about?
So this is a Bucksaw Pete super chat here. Man, the begging has really been on another level lately. Just a reminder, begging is not a business. Could you chill a little? That's a $5 super chat from Bucksaw Pete. $5 I might never get back ever again. And Phil's upset that he got called a beggar. Phil's claiming he's not fucking begged at all. My stream fucking beg counter tends to disagree with that, Phil. On you go, Phil. Complain one more time about somebody calling you if you're begging. He only wants $1,500 in the next couple of streams. Sorry, next couple of days, my bad. Next couple of days. $1,500, 6 streams, that's all he's asking for.
Which is the biggest one of the day. And then an idiot did a super chat complaining about me begging. I literally haven't done it at all. Like, what are you talking about? Hasn't even happened today. You're a moron. Okay. I'm responding to contributions as they come in. How could I be begging when there's already contributions coming in and I'm responding to them? You know, you're an idiot. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so speaking of contributions, because we have hit so many goals, today is DSP Tries It. Okay, and geez, this is a bright menu. I'm not even gonna put it on the screen because like pure white is blinding me. It'll probably blind you too.
This is all a bag,
by the way.
The
menu of the restaurant I'm gonna order from today.
This is all one big bag.
And this place is kind of unique. So what they have is different kinds of fish and chips, a couple kinds of tacos, some various burgers, salads, sides. Okay, so let's go through this menu. By the way, Kate, thanks for another $2 super chat. He says, "My bad, I guess I'm too sensitive." Well, I don't know. That's for you to judge. I don't recall, insulting you or saying anything bad about you. So I don't even know why you would think you're too sensitive. But all right. Anyway, so. King Ferb says, I've actually been to this restaurant twice called Salty Blue. He recommends the shrimp burger. Well, let's take a look at what they've got. All right, so fish and chips, okay? They have 4 kinds of fish and chips. Now, you can either get them battered or grilled. To my knowledge, like, I understand some people like grilled seafood, but if you have fish and chips, isn't it supposed to be battered? Like, that's the standard way to have fish and chips. So obviously, I would get them battered. So they have hope.
It's up to the individual, essentially. The traditional UK chippy style is to batter your fish. You know what I mean? You batter it, but breadcrumb is also quite a good way to have it. Like breadcrumb kind of batter for your fish as well is also quite a good way to have it. But the traditional, fish and chips UK pub style, chippy style, yeah, traditionally you get it battered, yeah.
Which is New Zealand cod. That's considered the house fish, the basic. They have barramundi, which is an Australian sea bass. That's significantly more expensive. I've never had barramundi before. They also have halibut. Now halibut is like Alaskan fish. It's super high end, very expensive fish. I've never even eaten halibut in my life before. So I don't even know what halibut is like or tastes like, okay? And then they have shrimp, jumbo tail on shrimp, okay? So looking at that, if I were to get fish and chips, I probably would just get their standard hokey New Zealand cod, because that sounds to me, they call it the house fish. That sounds to me like that's the standard that you would get, right? Now, when you order...
I can understand why Cade is getting fucking dragged by fucking YouTube and Kick Chat, because he keeps throwing Phil money trying to explain that he wasn't this shit. Cade loves the attention here. Like YouTube and Kick Chat going off, and Cade will be fucking he'll be rocking a wee semi right now with nobody fucking noticing because it's that fucking small. But he fucking this is why he fucking does it, for the attention. Let me throw some fucking money at this fucking particular content creator and cause a fucking disturbance in the fucking community they're having. And all of a sudden, YouTube fucking chat and Kick Chat has turned on Cade because they're being cringe as all fuck. And it's like, it gets the attention he wants and deserves. Yeah, it's standard fucking. I mean, I've seen this shit before fucking dozens of fucking times, And it's just it's funny that fucking Phil's streaming again. Well, I guess Phil's audience aren't exactly the brightest around, but they kind of fall for it.
Order those, you get it with an option of either chips, fries, or a house salad, or for an upcharge, you could get sweet potato chips or a Greek salad. And it says that you could get sauces, either tartar or house sauce. I don't know what house sauce would be. Like, thinking about it, with fish, typically there's 2 sauces, tartar sauce or cocktail sauce, right? Like, especially if you get battered shrimp, usually we dip that in cocktail sauce, right? So I wonder what the house sauce is. I'm not sure, okay? So right off the bat, looking at that, I probably would want to get one of the fish and chips. I'm just not sure which one. Tacos, not very many. They have fish tacos and shrimp tacos. probably pretty basic. It basically says it's a flour tortilla with slaw, pico, and drizzle. So probably a no to the tacos. Burgers. Now, this is interesting to me because they have a bunch of different stuff here, okay? Fish, which is battered hoagie. Shrimp, which is battered shrimp. Chicken schnitzel burger. I have never had a schnitzel before. And I'm curious if schnitzel is good. I've heard good things about it, but I've never
I'm sorry. But I don't know why it made me laugh. But Phil saying I've never had a schnitzel before, just fucking, I don't know why. It just made me laugh quite out loud. I don't know why I found that funny. I've never had a schnitzel before. I don't know. Maybe it's just the innuendo behind it all. I don't know. Phil Bonnell's apparently never devoured schnitzel, you know. And to me that just fucking it caught me off guard massively there. Oh, that kick username 1379 on champions this week. Surely now Phil's banned some new kick names. Go on and refresh your fucking kick chat ban list. Yeah, there's some fresh bans in there. Including 1379 on champions this week. That person's long gone. Yeah, there we go. So, there's not a lot of bans today on kick so far. Yuku, or I don't know. Yuku was banned by DSP, and so was Begging His Business and Hobby. 1379 on champions this week. The Goats, Billy Waters, and Xenomorph 808. They were all banned today by Phil today, so there you go. Well, anyway. So, is this an update from TJ? Do we have an update from TJ? Is that why that kick name was that kick name? No, I don't think so. Nah, we don't have any fresh updates from TJ. I'm not sure where that number's come from. Maybe someone else has tried to calculate it instead. Because remember, everything TJ does when TJ posts updates, he uses a particular math formula to work out. But it's not a secret. This is not TJ's super secret thing. Anyone can work it out. It's just that TJ does it quite well and he's got experience, and I just, well, I don't know about everyone else, but I can't be arsed trying to work out, I mean, why should I work out if TJ's going to fucking do it for us? I'm a lazy bastard, that's what it is. But it's possible, so if you see Phil, if Phil's on a leaderboard, you can see how he's doing a leaderboard. And you can apply the same sort of kind of math formula that he does to work out roughly the minimum that Phil has spent on these sort of things. But yeah, Cade, I can understand why Cade was getting mocked by Phil's entire fucking stream. But as I said though, he fucking loves it. He loves doing it for attention, and this is why he throws money at Phil, because it gets some attention. He tried throwing money in here, didn't get much attention. He got mocked, and then his ult got fucking banned, and that was it, But he can get the attention he fucking craves and desires in Phil's own stream.
I've never had a schnitzel before. And I'm curious if schnitzel is good. I've heard good things about it, but I've never tried it before. The chicken schnitzel burger is a panko breaded chicken breast with pickles, cheddar, and mayo. That could be pretty good. They also have a grilled chicken burger, which is basically just a chicken breast with slaw and mayo. The salty blue burger is a real beef burger, which is weird. Why would they have beef burger at a restaurant that's supposed to be like a seafood restaurant? So it's beef patty with grilled onions, pickles, melted cheddar, and mayo. Or they have the deluxe, which also has beef bacon. What is beef bacon? I've never had beef bacon before in my life. Onions, tomato, greens, melted cheddar, garlic, mayo. So they just add more to it, okay? They have salads. I'm not going to buy a salad today, for the record. And then they have extra rice. It's basically like sides. So you get their chips, you get their sweet potato chips, you get potato cakes. This is an Aussie specialty, a sliced potato that's battered. Chowder. They actually have a halibut and hoagie chowder, which has potato, dill, thyme, and spice, served with a side of oyster crackers. That might be pretty good, their chowder. Calamari, which is crumbed rings. They don't do the tentacles. See, I like the tentacles and the rings when they mix them. They're just doing the rings, though. Chicken strips. Don't think I'm going to be getting chicken strips. Just a side of grilled chicken breast. And pineapple fritters, which is battered and dusted with a cinnamon sugar. That could be interesting. So what I'm thinking, all right, I'm thinking to get an order of one of the fish and chips. But which one, I don't know. Do I really want to pay tons of extra money for like barramundi and halibut? I think I just want to kind of try their hoagie, their standard New Zealand codfish and chips, right? I think that would make more sense.
Who fucking cares?
And then I'm thinking, try one of the burgers. Now, I'm kind of torn on the burgers because I've never had a chicken schnitzel. And that sounds really good, that chicken schnitzel. But now King Ferbs has recommended their shrimp burger, which is battered shrimp with slaw, cheddar, and tartar sauce. So both sound good. And now I don't know what to get. Like, I was going to get those two things. Also, I'm intrigued if their chowder's any good. And I wonder what their pineapple fritters are. Right? These are all unique things. I'm like, oh, I want to try these different things. So,
Who fucking cares?
I think I'm gonna lock in and say I'm gonna get a hokey fish and chips. I think it just makes sense. Get a hokey fish and chips with tartar sauce. That's a lock. My question is with the burger, what do I want to get? I would say either the shrimp or the chicken schnitzel. Both could be good. I love shrimp, but I've never had chicken schnitzel, and I've always wanted to try schnitzel. The word schnitzel sounds unique and silly.
What is up, everyone? Hello, hello, and welcome.
By the way, 2 more super chats from Cade. First was $2, and he says, "You didn't insult me, no worries. I love your content." And he did another $2 super chat, and he said, "DSP Gaming is the best according to all Harvard studies." There you go. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for the 2 super chats there. Okay. King Verb says their chowder is but you know I come from the East Coast where chowder is amazing. Well, so do I. You know I've had both the New England and the New York clam chowder, right? The red and the white. The white is creamy and good, and then the red actually has a nice tomato but spicy flavor to it. I like both kinds of clam chowder. Theirs appears to be white because it's creamy, halibut and hoagie with potato, dill, thyme, and spice. It sounds good though. That sounds good to me. I'm also intrigued by the pineapple fritters. I may just order those, and then my wife and I can each try them to see what they are. It says battered and dusted with cinnamon sugar. So what is it, pineapple with like...
I mean, pineapple fritters are something you often fucking get in like Indian takeaways or whatever. Like, if you ever order a chicken Mainland, for those that are in the UK, and like if you're getting like something from like a Chinese or an Indian or whatever, and you stick to the European menu, and you'll see the chicken Mainland option, you know what I mean? They'll often include something like a pineapple fritter. Which is pretty decent, you know what I mean? It's not bad. They just fucking batter a bit of fucking like a pineapple ring. Banana fritter as well. Oh, jeez. It makes me wonder how popular is banana fritter? Has anyone outside the UK tried a banana fritter before? That shit is surprisingly fire. You know what I mean? That surprisingly hits a fucking spot. Banana fucking fritters. I need to be fucking careful. I've no had dinner yet. So all this bastard and food talk is unsurprisingly making me hungry.
Like almost like a donut? That sounds good. Like a dessert. Okay.
Banana fritters are actually quite popular in Aussie and big in the West Indies. So there you go. It's a common thing to be included in things like the chicken Mainland option and a fucking like if you're ordering for like a Chinese or an Indian or something. But yeah, I was like fucking that as well. Like Phil's and know what to do. Like, just get fucking fish and chips. Just get a basic or grab. It's easier to gonna get fucking fish and chips and then a burger as well. It's quite a lot of fucking food. There's an impressive amount of fucking food that he's gonna be shoveling down his fucking gulp. I mean, I am looking forward to the robust thumbnails from Phil stuffing his piggy face full of food for tomorrow's fucking bingo. It should be fucking great. But there we go. Apparently we're 9 more likes away from a free space. Remember, like the stream guys, we can get free spaces. We have 4 spaces I think currently so far. We have 2 free spaces from Sonny getting 10 members at the start of the stream, and we have another 2 free spaces from Phil begging profusely. And that means that we are currently, we'll say we're 5 away from Full House essentially, as things stand.
Alright, well, I think what we'll do, I'm definitely getting the hoagie fish and chips, and then I gotta decide. I haven't decided on which burger to get, if I should get the shrimp burger or the chicken schnitzel burger. I'll get one. Maybe I'll get a bowl of chowder to try, and maybe I'll get the pineapple fritters. I'll think about it. Okay, cool. The only other thing I have to talk about today before we kind of go to open Q&A relaxing here, Borderlands 4 has had an update this morning. Borderlands 4 is changing the date of release, okay? So basically, Borderlands 4 originally was going to come out around the end of September, but apparently they're pushing the release up to September 12th. Why? I'm not sure. If you actually look at the gaming landscape for September as of now, there's just not a lot going on. You've got Hell Is Us the first week of September, September 4th. Borderlands 4 will now be September 12th. At the end of September was supposed to be Marathon. I don't think that's going to be a competitor for Borderlands 4, to be honest. And then early October, you have Directive 8020 and Ghost of Yotei on October 2nd. I don't think those are going to compete either. So I'm not sure why they've bumped up the release of Borderlands. Someone is speculating in chat, maybe they know something about the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. I doubt it. I don't think that Rockstar keeps Randy Pitchford informed about their ideas and their updates on GTA, I'm just saying. But also, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, Sony is doing a state of play that is all about Borderlands 4. Well, I'll be playing Claire Obscure, so I don't care. But maybe that's something that I'll get caught up on. And maybe like on Saturday's podcast, maybe some good information. Maybe we'll watch back some of it and I'll live react to it. But that's not something that I'm too crazy about that I'm going to go nuts for. And, you know, I'm going to drop everything in the middle of the afternoon. What we've seen about Borderlands 4 so far was not very good to me. It looked pretty bad. And quite frankly, I think Borderlands 3 was a huge disappointment anyway. So I'm not feeling like too hype about Borderlands 4, to be frank. But I guess we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. Okay? Okay. So we have a bunch of shout.
Oh, there's a bait super chat right there from Wolf. Like, hi Phil, I like your shirt, but what happened to all your cool gamer shirts? Can't wait for Phil if I can charge $50 for it if I can come back on stream sometime.
What else to do? First of all, Wolf Like just did a $5, or actually this is a £5 super chat. Thank you, Wolf Like. He says, I like your shirt. What happened to all your cool gamer shirts?
Well, Phil, £5 is not $5, so you're going to fucking make sure that it's a fucking dollar equivalent. I think £5 is like $6 odd, so is Phil going to count it as $6, or will it fucking cheap out and still count it as $5?
Well, some of the gamer shirts wore out, to be honest. Like, some of those shirts I had for a very long time, and they were just getting old and ratty and tattered, and the designs were cracking or whatever. I do still have a bunch.
Old bastard!
I do still have a whole bunch of gamer shirts, and I may whip them out from time to time for variety. But if you haven't noticed, in the last 1 to 2 years, I've liked to actually start dressing more professionally for streams. Wear stuff that looks like actual adult clothing, rather than just a gamer t-shirt. You know, I was wearing gamer t-shirts on stream for 10 years. And people were giving me shit saying, dude, you're like in your 40s now and you're still dressing up in gaming t-shirts every day. I mean, can't you just at least do something nicer?
Bastard.
And so after time, you know, listening to feedback, I said, all right, you know what? First of all, I own a lot of nice button-downs, pullovers. I just never wear them on stream. So I started wearing them, and the feedback I was getting was actually very positive. So I said, all right, why don't I try other things? And so I started wearing other nicer things, and people seemed to enjoy it and like it.
Wow. Wait. So that is scummy. That is scummy behaviour from Phil. He'll get a fucking calculator out and try and work out how much fucking US dollars an Australian fucking dollar super chat is, but he won't fucking actually bump up the fucking pound sterling super chat to be the dollar equivalent. That is scummy behaviour. That is just absolute typical dirt scummy behaviour from Phil Burnell. Oh my. So he went from 24 to 29. So yeah, he didn't fucking count it properly then. I guess Phil doesn't bother. I was like, yeah. So he's trying to make it seem like he's not getting as much support as he actually got. What a dirty bastard.
And then I started realizing I like the feel. I like how I look in them. So let's just keep it going. And
Who
now,
fucking cares?
You guys have supported me so well this last, 8 months to a year at this point, because we're almost to the year anniversary of when this began, okay? That basically I can afford to wear nicer things now. I don't have to wear 10-year-old shirts.
Thanks to Phil being given like $150,000 a year, he can now afford that fucking shirt. How much does that even fucking cost you anyway?
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
Aye, fucking probably not fucking much big. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Thanks to the benevolence of his audience, you know, it's incredible, but because now he can afford to be clothed. Phil Burnell spent years, nigh on a decade, fucking having to stream in his old ass falling apart gamer shorts because he couldn't afford clothing. Every single dollar he made went towards things like bills. You know? Those kind of bills. All that money, yep, every single dollar, every single cent probably went towards bills. No money for clothing.
You know, that have been sitting in a drawer that I've worn 700 times. I can actually, get nice clothes and wear them now. Now, the thing is, I'm the kind of guy, as I've told you guys, I'm the kind of guy that when I own clothes, I like wearing them until they're worn out. As long as they're comfortable, all right? To give you some perspective here, I bought everything new. You know, these last, 6 to 8 months. And some stuff hasn't worked. Like, I actually bought some socks, but they were, short ankle socks, and they come off, and I hate that shit. If I'm gonna wear socks, I want socks that are comfortable. I actually don't care how they look. I want comfort. And they were, bothering me and slipping on. I'm like, well, I guess I'm just not gonna wear those anymore. That sucks. I barely worn them. I'll probably donate them or something. Okay, Goodwill or whatever.
Who the fuck wants Phil's old fucking... Oh my god. Oh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid the poor sorry son of a bitch is gonna fucking end up with fucking Phil Burnell's second-hand socks. Probably fucking gonna spread gout or something. Is gout contagious from Phil's gout-ridden fucking feet?
But, I've basically updated my wardrobe in every capacity, and I'm very comfortable now in all the clothes that I'm wearing. And I can wear this stuff on stream, I can wear it on a day off, I can wear it whenever I want. It's normal clothing. As opposed to before, I'm not gonna wear gamer shirts all the time. You really think I wore a gamer shirt when I was out with my wife on my day off? I don't think so. So, there you have it. I still have the gamer shirts. From time to time, I could pull them out, but I prefer to wear nicer clothes now. I'm older, I think I look better this way. I think it makes more sense. It's more, when you see a thumbnail with DSP and a catchy shirt, a shirt that stands out, versus, oh, it's just like a generic ratty Mega Man shirt that he's been wearing for 13 years. You know, I think one appeals more than the other. More photogenic, more colorful, pops, right? There you go. But there's some I've saved. I have a lot of shirts that I've saved that, you know, again, for example, when we're doing themed stuff, like let's say we're doing Nintendo stuff, maybe I'll bust out the Mario shirt. If we're playing a Sonic game, maybe I'll bust out the Sonic shirt. I did bust out...
Phil, don't talk about fucking busting out so close to May the 1st. Please don't. Please, please. You could have phrased that so much fucking better.
Stuff, like let's say we're doing Nintendo stuff, maybe I'll bust out the Mario shirt. If we're playing a Sonic game, maybe I'll bust out the Sonic shirt. I did bust out the wrestling shirts when I was doing Smart Guys, and if I'm doing something new with Street Fighter, maybe I'll wear a Street Fighter shirt, right? Makes sense, and that's cool that I have the ability to do that. And then it feels special because I'm doing it differently instead of just being every day. Okay, continuing on.
Phil wearing one of his old fucking crusty t-shirts is a special thing because he doesn't fucking wear it every single fucking day like he fucking used to. Feels special, deadheads. I am wearing a t-shirt which I have not worn for at least 2 weeks. Now give me all this money for this extra additional effort I put into getting this t-shirt on me.
Don't tip the bucket says, trust me, get shrimp burger and fritters. Well, there you go. Someone is a big fan of the shrimp burger and the fritters. Perhaps.
Who fucking cares?
I'm undecided on what burger to get. Or if I'll get fritters or not, what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out over the course of today's stream. But we're doing it, by the way, that's after Oblivion. We're doing that. DSP Tries It is right after Oblivion today.
Who
so
fucking
FYI,
cares?
probably what I'll do today is when we finish with the gameplay, the food will arrive. We'll do DSP Tries It, Salty Blue. That's the name of the restaurant. And then I'll probably upload the podcast and DSP Tries It, and that's it. I'll save the gameplay for overnight because there's no way I can upload all that gameplay between the streams when I'm doing DSP Tries It. It wouldn't upload in time. So, okay.
There's some... Oh my god, what is the chat? Nintendo Switch 2 gave Phil $2 and said, Phil, tell Cade to unblock me. Is Phil going to read that name? Or is he going to get pissed off about it?
Let's see here. I received a $4 tip. Good day. I understand you're making a move into modding of games. In my opinion, this is an untapped source of content and entertainment. You can make certain mods goals. People can suggest mods. You can basically replay Dark Souls for years with different mods and get a steady fandom in doing that. Does that sound interesting to you? Modding is also...
It doesn't seem to fucking mind this sort of fucking lengthy tip with a massive amount of fucking questions to it. You fucking ask him fucking very easy, generic, slow, slow ball questions like, what's it like being a cat daddy, and Phil bitches and whines and moans and cries about it, But this sort of tip, tons of fucking words, tons of fucking messages, whatever, tons of paragraphs, multiple questions. But because it starts off with good day, sir. Here's $4. Give me more time and attention for my multiple fucking questions.
Modding is also an art. From modding comes the meme of Skyrim modder balancing, reorganizing, and refining 300 mods for hours to days. Because it's fan supported, you can lose hundreds of hours of playthroughs, spend hours to days fixing busted games. It might be a lucrative adventure into a whole new world. Yes, now that I have a gaming PC, I can mod. And we did do one major mod playthrough so far, and it was Dark Souls 1 with 2 mods. The modern lighting mod, and it was the remastered mod. So there's the modern lighting, and there was some gameplay tweaks. To be frank, it wasn't that different from the original game. It looked a little different, but for the most part, it was almost identical with some gameplay and movement tweaks. I really did enjoy that run. I did. But a lot of people had issue with it because they're like, man, when we say mod, we mean mod. We want you to actually significantly change the game. So I committed that when we play Dark Souls 2, probably sometime this year, I will use a mod that will completely change the game. There's several different mods they've created for Dark Souls 2 that actually change the bosses, change the enemies, change the story, change the maps, change everything. All right, so that's what we will do when I play Dark Souls 2. It'll essentially be a brand new thing. Wow. And the thing is, I want to balance. I don't just want to be the mod man. I would like to do different things. When we play Minecraft next, I would like to institute some lighting mods. I've heard that there are some lighting mods for Java Minecraft that make the game look way more interesting and better. And I'd like to actually put some of those into effect too. All right, so we'll talk about it. We'll figure this out and go from there. Okay, good suggestion though. But yeah, I think mods are a good way forward. Essentially, with modded gameplay content, you're never out of stuff to do, right? When I used to be limited just to consoles, I was at the mercy of whatever was on the console. So whether it was a new release or if there was a retro game available on the marketplace, I was limited. Now, I have access to so much because mods can change games entirely, right? Maybe we'll do Fallout London at one point. I would like to do that, but we never got around to it. Okay. Nintendo Switch 2 did a $2 super chat and says, Phil, tell Cade to unblock me. No, it's not my job to tell anyone anything. If you have an issue with someone, deal with it yourself. I'm not your dad, and I'm not here to play referee between different chatters. Sorry about that. Okay.
Fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you, Phil.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much, Renato Ronan, for a super chat who says, hey, old McDonald, the Burnell House farm needs to be rounded up. Put in their respective places a mud pool for the pig, the stable for the horse, etc. Oh, Jesus Christ. Old McDonald had a farm, just fucking kill them all already and fucking ship them off to fucking get sold. Just out back with a fucking gun, old jail with a fucking, fuck your farm, old McDonald, these fucking animals are no fucking good. Jesus. The pig and the horse. Jesus, who would have thought such a fucking duo would fucking work out well, but I guess they fucking work out well. That's of course of Cat still there. We have seen zero evidence of Cat Burnell's existence since... When's the last time we saw Cat? Actually, when is the last time we saw Cat? Yeah, because we've had zero evidence that she's alive for... Fuck me, man, yeah, it's a long time. Also, isn't it very funny how you can hear, like, apparently children from outside Phil's window getting picked up on a microphone, but you can never hear Cat in the house? Because I remember those random bird noises, and Phil says, oh, it's kids outside playing or whatever, and it's coming through his window or whatever, and I guess picked up randomly by Phil's microphone, but you never hear Cat on the microphone. And whenever she fucking walks, the earth shakes, so you'd think the microphone would have fucking picked up on that, you know? Who knows, who knows? Apparently we're 3 likes away from a free space, guys. 3 likes away. Hint, hint.
$2 tip. Someone says, DSP, I've noticed you haven't tried a lot of cuisines or dishes until recently. Was it because you were stuck in the same food as a kid? Was there simply not a lot of variety in Connecticut? When I was growing up in Connecticut, there was
Here we fucking go.
A few different foods that were prominent. Okay, number 1, Italian food. There were many Italian restaurants that had authentic pasta dishes, antipasto, actual Italian-style breaded calamari, pizza, that kind of stuff. So that stuff I'm well-versed in. I grew up with authentic Italian food. All right, East Coast U.S.
This shit he will talk about for an hour. He'll spend the whole hour easily talking about this fucking shit.
Has the best, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, like the best Italian food you can get in the whole country, okay? Connecticut was also known for various kinds of, how do I say?
Dent heads like you. I don't know. Guys, we've hit 51 likes. Thank you very much. That's 1 free space. We've got a free space on the bingo board. With that, it means we're 4 away from a full house as things stand, because we currently have 5 free spaces. 2 for memberships, 2 for the begging, and 1 for the likes. So of course that just leaves us with 4 left to go. And of course, I mean, we just need Phil to say or do these 4 more of these things, and we have a full house. Of course, 75 likes is another free space. Hint, hint again, motherfuckers.
Seafood. So shrimp, clam strips, that kind of stuff. Not real like fish, like salmon and stuff. That's up.
Is Phil calling calamari Italian food? So yeah, hold on. Did Phil call it calamari Italian food? I could have sworn that was Greek.
Also known for various kinds of how do I say? Seafood. So shrimp, clam strips, that kind of stuff. Not real like fish, like salmon and stuff. That's up here, Pacific Northwest, where I live now. Connecticut was more like shellfish, okay? Like that kind of stuff was very prominent in Connecticut. Also prominent in Connecticut was diner-style food, like a Greek diner or an American diner, that kind of stuff. You could get that kind of stuff all over Connecticut, and I liked that. All right, so that I would argue that was kind of like the 3 prominent cuisines of Connecticut. All right, there's maybe a few more here or there, but those are the ones that stick out the most in my mind when I think of what could I get for like good food in that state. Now, were there other things? Yes, but honestly, it didn't really branch out until I was getting older. Like right about the time when I was going to move, like the early 2010s, all of a sudden I started noticing sushi restaurants, hibachi restaurants, that kind of stuff started to move in and become more prominent in Connecticut. Okay, but it was like around the tail end of when I lived there. So I did actually start to eat things such as sushi and the like when I was there. When I moved to Washington 11 years ago, my eyes opened because out here, there is an insanely huge, heavy concentration of Asian population and Asian cuisine. There's also a lot of Middle Eastern, Mediterranean. So I started having things like Indian food, Thai food, Vietnamese food like pho, which I never had before. That kind of stuff. And that opened my eyes to different cuisines and things that I never actually tried before. So yeah, to be honest, yes, when I moved out here, it was kind of like a culture shock. Out here, guess what they don't really have? European food at all. There's like no authentic Italian, no authentic French, no authentic anything of, just recently, that restaurant moved into my area that does British meat pies. Outside of that, there was like nothing, you know what I mean? So it really was a big twist and a big change. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. All right. And also, to be honest, okay, with the return of DSP Tries It over the fall, this has allowed me to now have a reason to try other cuisines, right? When DSP Tries It was defunct...
Wow. So he charges people $1,500 to sample like a different kind of cuisine that he's never perhaps tried before. It only costs his audience $1,500 each time. And he'll fucking have a nibble of some fucking random foreign cuisine or whatever. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Phil, please, stop talking about food. I'm hungry.
I only ate out once a week with my wife, and we tended to kind of eat the kind of stuff that
you only eat out cat once a week?
We just like, right? But now, I'm trying all kinds of new stuff as a result of this show and this series, and it's actually interesting because I'm trying new things that I like, a lot of things I don't like, right? Okay. So what happened? People were tagging me and asking stuff, and I missed it. Hold on.
You better take a sip.
Yes, any contributions that come in on the podcast, this is all one stream. This and the gameplay is considered one stream. So anything that we have right now is towards the 150 goal, and that 150 goal also continues through the Oblivion portion of the stream all the way up to 4 p.m. Pacific time. I have been to Asian markets since I've lived out here. They're very unique. A lot of the food that they have, the supplies, the seasonings, all that stuff that they sell is not stuff you would even usually find in a regular supermarket. It's like a whole new world of suppliers and food ingredients. And it's cool. If you want to make some of that stuff, you can get some really unique and fun stuff from Asian markets. You really can. Based Alpha Real, I guess you're deaf. Did you not hear me 5 million times today mention that the upcoming marathon at 50 goals is the Viewer's Choice Marathon? Do you not see the links popping up in chat to nominate goals for the Viewer's Choice Marathon? He's asking me what's the next marathon.
Maybe it means the next one after us.
Okay. All right, guys, we got some extra time. A little bit of extra time here. What would you guys like to talk about? Tag me in the chat. All right, and let's get some topics rolling for the end of the show. By the way, so far we got some super chats. So far we got some tips. We got one sub today. One legit new sub. Let's get some gifted sub support
For
over on
God's
Kick.
sake, of
And
course
let's
he
get
keeps
some
begging.
memberships on YouTube. We didn't get any memberships on YouTube yet today. Let's get some stuff rolling in that regard. Let's get that momentum going. Let's get to at least $50 of support before we start the gameplay. We're at 38. We're almost there. Let's get to it, okay?
Fucking hell. The begging
Bunch of
never
people being
ends.
Racist? Well, they should stop being racist immediately. That's absolutely unacceptable.
Only Phil may be racist.
When am I bringing back Friday Night Fights? Good question, Hearts to Hearts. I'm purposefully giving fighting games a rest. Why? Street Fighter 6 is played out, really isn't offering anything interesting or new. Every time I play...
No, I'll tell you fucking why. It's because you fucking can't fucking compete with everyone fucking else playing the fucking game because they're at least as good as you are and your fragile fucking ego can't fucking handle it. Basically, you fucking hit your glass ceiling, you fucking hit your fucking limitations, and you can't accept it, so you fucking just don't want to fucking play the game anymore because plentiful amounts of fucking people can fucking wipe the fucking floor with you, and your fragile, precious ego cannot handle that because you're still fucking stuck, set in your ways of being that fucking former pro fighting game player. And you just expect to fucking wipe the floor of everyone just because you fucking played Street Fighter Super Turbo 2 fucking 2 decades ago.
It's exactly the same. It's boring. It's tryhards. It's just annoying. I've liked playing the retro fighting games, but to be honest, they're not really, doing it. So there is a collection coming out in May. It is called the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. It's May 16th. When that comes out, it's going to feature Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, Capcom Fighting Jam, among other games. I will start playing fighting games again with the release of that collection. We'll see how it goes. There you go. Solo asks, will I try Elena when she comes out? I don't know. I guess it'll depend on many factors at that time. Are people hyped for it? Do they want to see me do it? What else am I busy doing at the time? There's a lot of factors involved. Remember, that comes out the same day as Switch 2. What a stupid release day for a new fighter. Oh, we're going to release our new fighter.
Oh, but it's okay, Phil, because you didn't get a Switch 2, remember?
The same day of a brand new console that everyone's going to be talking about, everyone's going to want, everyone's going to be playing and covering. Who's going to want to talk about Elena? People are going to...
But you're not covering it, are you? Because your pre-orders got cancelled. But guys, there's some fresh shenanigans about Switch 2 stuff. Apparently there is evidence that somebody was able to cancel it for Phil, and apparently there's a video of this or something. Like, I only heard Takozilla touching a subject in a member Discord earlier on. It was news to me. Duty's alluded to it. I think King Sly has also mentioned it or something like that. Apparently there is somebody out there who has video evidence of them cancelling Phil's Switch 2 order over a phone or something. I can't mind. I don't know. And so that's been doing the rounds apparently, there's a few detractors who have seen the video. This is news to me, by the way. I don't know how, I'm not sure how much stock to put in this, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how reliable this is, this information. Because we've seen different testimonies, we've seen like I don't know. There's a clip of it from a Discord, this stream. Oh, that was yeah, that's like an MKV file clip, you know what I mean? I don't know. I was going to say that there's rumours going about, but we'll just wait for the clip to come out, because it will come out eventually, of course, the clip I imagine, but I don't want to, who knows, who fucking knows. Apparently clips are fucking nothing bugger anyway, yeah, but who knows.
I want to see unboxings, play Mario Kart. That's what people want that day. No one gives two shits about their final DLC character. What a bunch of dunces, right? They actually think they're that important. They're not. So we'll see what happens around that time period. At this point, I don't know if I'm getting a Switch 2 or not, so I can't even say what I'm doing that day, right?
He's definitely getting one. Pretending to fucking go, I don't know if I'm getting fit. He's definitely fucking getting one. Like, Phil is not very good at fucking... Phil thinks he's good at lying. But look at his face and look at his eyes when he fucking says this.
Time period. You know, at this point, I don't know if I'm getting a Switch 2 or not, so I can't even say what I'm doing that day, right?
Yeah. Nah. He's definitely getting one.
What game am I most excited for that's not out yet? I don't know. We looked at the schedule the other day and there was nothing that was getting me too hyped, so. Yeah, Capcom Fighting Jam is atrociously bad. It's literally the fighting game that was so dialed in and just had zero effort put into it that Capcom stopped making fighting games for like another 7 years. And then they finally got back into it with Street Fighter 4. You'll see. When it comes out, I'll play with it a little bit and we'll all laugh at it together how bad it is. It's an atrociously bad game.
We are 7 seconds away from another free space with a begging, by the way. Just one more brief beg, we get another free space.
I received a $2.22 tip. It seems like indies are booming and AAA games are failing these days. Indie PC gaming especially, but also console with some Game Pass games, just not as much. Indie games seem more unique and made with more love, and AAA is just the same open world fetch quest slot. Indie games being so short makes them much easier to beat. Feels like everyone drops or gives up on AAA games because they're 40 hours or more. Yeah, it's this simple. AAA games now are made for profit. The people who are developing these games are being told by those in charge, you must check off these boxes, right? You must have this much content, this many quests, this many...
Phil, a game having tons of fucking content is good value for fucking money. Now, I'm not saying just fucking have content for the sake of fucking having content, but value for money is a fantastic fucking thing to have in a fucking game. You want to see? Here's a good example for you. I'm actually replaying a game right now that I didn't expect to fucking be replaying it, but I kind of thought, why the fuck not? It's sitting there. I'm kind of curious. I'm replaying Hogwarts Legacy, but I'm playing it differently from how I played it the first time I played it. I just fucking like stuck to like the main story quest or whatever, try to get for the game. This time around, I'm actually doing my best to fucking just ignore the story as much as I can. And just like fucking do like everything else I can. I've read it, so, and it's just, it gives you more chances to actually fucking encounter things you didn't fucking actually see before. Because there's a huge amount of the map. There's a lot of the fucking map you can explore that you maybe didn't get to fucking explore last time round and all that shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those kind of things where there is all this extra content in the game. If you only pay attention to like the story, for example, you might not actually get to experience a lot of these areas and content and little side quests and all that shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like you kind of learn about more of the game and some of the, you know, mechanics as well. Oh, you can apply these special effects to certain fucking clothing, makes you fucking stronger or less resistant to. There's always kind of bizarre shit that you didn't really fucking pay attention to the first time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's good though that games offer players the chance to fucking... There's a replayability to these fucking games, essentially, you know what I mean? Because it gives you a chance to fucking explore all the content that the developers including it, you know? It is value for money. You know, I mean, obviously it's debatable, it depends if it's your kind of game, whatever. But yeah, these games that have all these different kind of missions, whatever, and side content or whatever, and all these different areas to explore, and the attention to detail they put into fucking crafting this fucking world, it's a good thing. But Phil Burnell is not talking from a gamer's point of view here, from a gamer's perspective. He is talking from a content creator's perspective, because his fucking audience have a limited attention span, and they get fucking bored and fed up of Phil's gameplay after like 3 or 4 streams. After 10 hours of gameplay, they might want to fucking have him move the fuck on. And then Phil's gonna fucking respond to that, because eventually fans will talk with their fucking money. And lack of it, until wage quit games because the attention's not there, because they haven't got the attention span to enjoy the content Phil's putting out. Although that's just because Phil's content is fucking terrible, no matter what he's fucking playing.
Gameplay elements, this many microtransactions, this many season passes, this much DLC, this much of this, and because of that, they're not really cooking anymore. They're just doing an assembly line. You see the difference? A true chef who in the kitchen is using all of their culinary skills, they're tasting along the way, and they're pumping out a gourmet dish that's a life-changing artistic experience, versus someone who says, how do I make this dish? Here's the instructions. Done. See? That's the difference. There's no passion, there's no talent, it's just, we're doing it for money, we're doing it for profits. And that's that. That's why there's so many games that are all samey. They don't feel different, they don't feel innovative or unique. You know? The key factor, all right, when you're playing a game, and if it's truly gonna be a good game, you say, what memorable moment am I having in this game that's gonna resonate with me moving forward? Like when we were looking at Marathon, right? And now Marathon announced and everything, and we're looking at it, we're saying, what is truly unique, interesting, different, or will resonate with this game? Nothing. Literally every piece of the Marathon formula is something taken from another game, polished up, and taped together to push out a product that feels exactly like something you've already played. So why does it exist? And that's what Bungie, a AAA studio, is pushing out. Versus, look at the games that are truly unique that we're playing right now. Blueprints, a roguelike puzzle game, right? Clear Obscure Expedition 33, a return to classic turn-based gameplay with modernized elements, amazing modern graphics.
You were about to fucking wage quit blueprints until a last second Whale Mary made you fucking keep playing the fucking thing. You were fucking minutes away from saying bye-bye blueprints. And money kept you playing the bastard thing.
Great music. These are the games that are resonating because the AAA games are too busy trying to just be a formula that will get you to buy it to pump out money so they can help the shareholders or appease the board. No one gives a fuck about your shareholders. No one cares about your board of directors. What we care about is a quality product that will entertain us. That's the core of gaming, and until you get that, you will fail and fail again. At one point, they basically got past it or was able to get away with it. But now what's happened is now with the modern internet and the way the culture has gone and grown, people now share this knowledge with each other and say this game is just they phoned it in. There's no effort here. This is too samey. They just copied everybody else. It's not worth your time. And people have stopped buying the slop. And now you've got AAA developers that are in shambles wondering what to do when all they had to do was make good games to begin with. They forgot that critical piece of the puzzle.
I counted that as 2 sips because Phil definitely thought to himself that he made a fantastic point and it merited a victory sip. That was a victory sip if ever I fucking saw one. I made a fantastic point there. I fucking told those fucking, damn, boardroom expensive bastards off, I'm going to take a victory. That counts as 2 sips, which means we've got a free space for sips now as well. Just by sheer coincidence, we have a free space for that. He was going to say dialed in again. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we're free away now as things stand. Although, we're 7 seconds away from our free space because Phil needs to, if Phil begs for 7 more seconds, we get another free space.
Think of it this way, too. The same things happen with TV and stuff like that. Do you remember when The Walking Dead first came out? Or when the first season of Game of Thrones was out? And how unique and interesting and good that sounded? And then all of a sudden, you're on season 42 of The Walking Dead in the 17th spin-off show. Or you're in the final 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, and you're like, oh god, this is still going? This plot is awful. You see? They lose their originality. They lose their ability to make something creative and artistic, and instead it's just continuing for profits. And that's when it falls off and people don't like it anymore. That's the difference. I can't believe, literally cannot believe, that people will still watch Walking Dead content in 2025. And aren't there like 3 Walking Dead shows on TV right now?
Says a guy's fucking been doing this fucking YouTube shit for the longest fucking time. He's having a go at fucking other fucking forms of content and becoming stale and repetitive and unoriginal. What's Phil done in the last fucking 15 fucking years that was even slightly original other than fucking masturbate on stream? Well, wait, that's not actually original, that's actually surprisingly common. Or begging profusely to his audience.
Isn't there like regular Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Watch the Walking Dead, Blow the Walking Dead, what are these shows? Why are you watching that? And by the way, in any of these shows, we're like 15 years later from when Walking Dead started. Why? Did they ever explain in any of these shows what actually caused the zombies? What actually caused the infestation, whatever it is? Or is it just about the drama, the fucking drama? I bet they've never explained the goddamn thing. They never bothered because that would take actual intelligence and creativity to pull it off, as opposed to just repeating drama. That's easy, you see?
Oh man, there's something huge missing from my life. I need a large group of friends. All I do is sit around drinking gin all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I play mobile games.
Dead air.
Well, Blucher, you see, it was originally. Blucher says, I don't think the origin was the point of the show. If you don't realize, in season 1, or was it season 1, they were trying to figure out the origin. And they went to the disease control center, and they were trying to find stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they couldn't find anything out. That was one of the big, epic kind of like cliffhanger plots. And then when you're like 7 seasons in, no one cares anymore, everyone forgot. It's like, wait, but...
Oh, Phil said no one cares, no one.
Burger.
There we go, that's also a square, so yeah. We're getting closer. Yeah. We're getting closer to the Phil house here. Just beg, Phil. Just beg for a bit longer.
Don't you want to figure out how to either stop it or cure it? No, it's like we gave up on that. Now it's all about, tribalism of the fucking survivors and shit. It's like, you missed the point. You really did.
Me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one. It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tip skull on the stream, and why does he have to mention if it's a
all right, so guys, a few more minutes before we, conclude here.
Is this a beg? Is this a beg?
Now remember, we're trying to get momentum. We're trying to get goals hit so we can do the Viewer's Choice Marathon as soon as possible. I would love to do it this Sunday. Like, that would be my stretch goal right now. Can we get 10 goals? My biggest fans are idiots.
Hold on. Let's pause. First of all, let's pause. Goddamn. Holy shit, let's pause. I'm going to need to fucking find this, I think. God damn, this fucking face. Oh hell. I'm going to need to find this. Thank you, Sonny, for gifting 10 members. Jesus, man. I think we technically have an extra free space in because I think we only needed one more. So you get to 10 members, which is 2 free spaces, but we just hit another free space for the begs. So I think technically speaking, we've got 1 free space carrying over for tomorrow. Let me just kind of make sure of that. So we have 4 free spaces for the memberships.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Then we got 1 for getting 50 likes.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
And then we had 3 for begs.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway.
And we also had 1 for sips. So yeah, sips is also a free space as well, of course. I mean, so yeah, we basically have a free space carry over for tomorrow. Fantastic. We start tomorrow with 1 free space. Fantastic. You know. So but today though, thank you, Sonny, for gifting 10 members to the channel. And congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Dr. the Tractor, Adam Cosinar, XJS, Reeves Dog, Vile, Ludwig World Order, Teresa Young, Leanin' and Ham, Ian Sorare, and Roland Gollum. So if you just got a membership there, make sure you thank Sonny for gifting you a membership. Steve is back. Bye, and you must have gotten us a full house. Yeah, we got a full house. Phil begged, and he also made us funny face, which I'm curious if I can find. Kevin is saying, "Am I on the bingo board?" That's not you. That's Phil doing May the 1st. Are you on the bingo board? What do you mean the bingo board? Or do you mean marbles? Mr. Pika fan was that he was convinced he had his own marble, but I went and checked my list of names and he's not on there. So people might be thinking that they've got their own marble, but they might not actually have their own marble. And actually, Kyle Denson, actually, you don't have your own marble. I'm looking at my list of marbles, and Kyle, your name's not there either. Unless no, not yet. Yeah, I'm surprised about that. There you go. So guys, remember, end of the month, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's the final bingo stream of the month, and that's amazing actually. We've won bingo, so that's a full house, and it adds $10 to bingo prize fund, as it always does. So let me just make sure I update that. So there we go, 5 to 8, good stuff indeed. Yeah, not to put you in a spot or anything, Kyle, but you don't have your own fucking marble, for fuck's sake. If you had a chance, I wouldn't have that bingo prize fund. The link to the community post is in the description of the stream. You know, all you need to do is add a comment. So there we go. You add your own comments, you get it added in time. Now after bingo tomorrow, when we're finished bingo tomorrow, we're going to have a marble race to determine who wins half of that bingo prize fund. You've got to be in it to win it, as the old saying goes. So there you are. Excellent stuff indeed. So yeah, we're finished with bingo. We're fucking won. Hooray, that jazz and all. So let's have a wee quick. So let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing, shall we? Wow, this is riveting. So Phil's on $40. He has as much dollars as he has goals hit. Wow. Phil looks so happy right now, doesn't he, playing this fucking game? He seems like he's really enjoying it. Who fucking cares? I'm going to wrap up there, guys, okay? I'm going to live redirect this bingo stream over to Burrow's side Phil. Phil's boring the fucking tits off everyone around him, it seems. So yeah, how about we just go and enjoy ourselves in Burrow's side Phil's stream instead, because he's reminiscing about the last couple of days. Well, not reminiscing, but he's covering some of the antics from the past few days. He's not, I don't think he's paying attention to live DSP, you know. I don't blame him either, because Phil's been a boring bastard, you know. So yeah. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for some robust bingo antics and all that jazz. And yeah, if you want to stick around, also, remember as well, Phil's going to stuff his face later on. He's going to stuff his piggy face full of food. So there might be some very funny faces to enjoy for tomorrow's thumbnail. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves on this Tuesday as well. Hope it's been a good day for you. And tomorrow, Wednesday, our final bingo until Saturday, perhaps. I'm going to try and do bingo on Saturday. I can't guarantee it yet, but I hope to be able to do it for you guys. I don't usually do it on Saturday because Phil's usually not here on Saturday, but I never usually do it on Saturdays anyway. In the past, even though Phil used to do Saturdays himself, I never usually done them because I treated it like a fucking day off, but I might be able to do it as an exception this time around, you know, so I'll have to wait and see. But I'll definitely be here tomorrow, of course, for some bingo. And Thursday, Friday, I'm not sure what I'm doing, if anything, yet. I really should fucking get back to playing GTA 5 and finishing the Chaos mod. I'm long overdue that, so I might look into fucking getting that sorted for for that, because I really should try and complete that before GTA 6 comes out. It'd be kind of embarrassing if I don't. But yeah. All you need to know, of course, is that tomorrow, business as usual, bingo. Then after bingo's all said and done, we'll have a marble race to determine who gets to win half that bingo prize fund for the month of April. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed your Tuesday, and yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.